Hey, welcome back, PSC Sports. It's a very, very dank day today, and yesterday, and the day before, and the day before, and will be tomorrow. And if you don't know what that means, look it up. Matter of fact,
Well, every day for me is a dank day. So,
so so it's so dank we can't have this today. Can't do it. Can't do it. Better.
oh, it's cocktail time. Yeah, my friend in Chishomingo still needs to come see me. So, yeah.
All right. What do you got there,
So,
Max the man?
first topic we have for this week, there, boss man, we have Andrew Van Ginkel. Signed an extension today. He was already under contract. He signed last year for 2 years, $20 million. They re-signed him today, 1 year, $23 million. So Van Ginkel gets a $13 million raise this year. Uh, he was in the talks. So Van Ginkel gets a big contract today. Your thoughts?
I don't know who that is. So
Long haired blonde kid on the Vikings, the one that picked off Aaron Rodgers for a pick six. Okay, moving right along. We have another contract. George Kittle, now the highest paid tight end in NFL history. Uh, Makes me wonder how they're going to pay Brock Purdy. $40 million to Kittle. Most of it's guaranteed as well.
uh, I don't think they're going to sign Purdy. I don't see how they can. Unless the cap is going to go up enough to cover his salary next year, or be for next year. I guess they should have drafted a quarterback. I mean, there Shador was out
Pretty
there for
good.
ever.
And we'll don't worry. We're going to talk about Mr. Sanders. No worries on that one.
I
Uh,
hope so. I
but
hope so.
I well, of course. I just you can't not re-sign George Kittle though. I mean, he is kind of the heart and soul of your one of the hearts and souls of the team.
I get that, but
I just think you probably could get a hometown rate, but what do I know?
I, I don't know. San Francisco, maybe they have a plan. Well, they obviously have a plan. They're just going around it, backwards from what other teams do, where other teams sign the quarterback, then they get the others. Maybe they're thinking, hey, we'll get another Mr. Irrelevant.
Right? We'll see. All right, so next on the docket, the Commanders are returning to D.C. They're going to tear down RFK Stadium. Here's
still up.
some of the things about the deal. Yeah, it's still up. But that a $3.88 billion or a $3.8 billion project. Taxpayers are going to pay about a third of it. It looks like, but it'll have parking garages, some used sports complexes. I think it's awesome that the Redskins are going back to DC.
I think it's great that the Redskins are going back to Redskin land. My biggest question right now: why is RFK still up? Who's playing in it? What? I thought that thing got demolished 20 years ago.
Definitely got 20 years ago. It might have been very recently that it got demolished, if it has, but I think it's still up from what I've gathered. But it is going, regardless, it is going on the old RFK site. So if it hasn't been torn down or if it is torn down, whatever, that's where the stadium will be on the RFK site. So I think it's amazing. Well, what's crazy is I guess they play in Virginia now. I thought they played in Maryland at least. They don't even play in fucking Maryland.
All right, so It's no longer standing. RFK Stadium, the former
Oh,
stadium of the Redskins, was tomahawked in 2024.
see, so very recently. Probably
I
once the
can't
deal got done, but
I,
I
I
think it's
can't believe they still had it up for this long. I mean, if it was that bad when they left, why was it still there? Anyway,
well because it was probably the backup plan just in case the shit pipes broke in FedEx Field again.
possibly. Maybe a UFL team wanted to go there. I don't know. But yes, the Redskins going back to Redskin land, I think it's good.
I think it's very good. All right, so next we have Kanye West. Now, all you have to do is really just look at the tweet here, and you can see the problem. I know it's crossed out, but what it says is my name is Ye, and I sucked my cousin's dick until age 14. Your thoughts on this one?
Well, I guess the South Park creators were correct. He likes fish sticks.
He might be a gay fish. You're right. He could be a gay fish.
Oh, apparently. Yeah, who cares? I mean,
All
I
right.
didn't think highly of that guy anyway. So he only went just, about 10 steps lower. He's not going to get much lower.
Right. You can't get past the basement. So next we have the
Alabama.
Atlanta Braves. No, Atlanta Braves.
That's
Since they're
Alabama.
0-8, no, that's Atlanta Braves. Since their 0-8 start, they are 14-8 since that 0-8 start. Still below 500.
Good resurgence.
Yeah, great. I mean, they're making a great comeback. Again, still below 500, but I mean that's good baseball since starting off so shitty, especially with Spencer Strider's out on the IL right now too, and there's yet to get Acuna back. So, but if I remember hearing right, no team that has ever started 0-4 in baseball has made the playoffs. I mean, it's kind of an ironic stat because again, 162 games, but still.
I mean, yeah, they went 0-4, but they really went 0-8. So as a team, 0-8 exactly. Ever made the playoffs?
Well, if no team 0-4 has ever made the playoffs, I would say no team 0-8 has ever made the playoffs.
Hey, what about 0-5? Did your sources look into those stats?
I didn't cross-check my sources on that one, so yeah. But again, great comeback for the Braves. Gotta love that. Next, we have the Rockies. Now, the Rockies right now.
Great stadium.
That's what I'm getting to, actually. Kind of. It goes along with that. Okay. They are, again, 5-25, but their still average home attendance is 24,820. For a 5-25 team, they're drawing almost 25,000 a night. That's more than, Cleveland, Cincinnati, the Pirates, the Kansas City Royals, the Marlins, obviously. That we're not going to talk about Florida. But still, they're right about in the middle of average attendance for the league. So props to the Colorado Rockies fans for that. I mean, shit, you're 5-25.
Okay, so
they were 4-25. Right. They actually won today.
Here's my stats. Colorado is 18th in average attendance. Okay. Now, and I read a really good article on ESPN yesterday because it was like the 30th anniversary of the opening of Coors Field. And they talked about former players and how former relievers would write on the walls in the bullpen. And one of the former GMs came in and saw them writing stuff on there because they'd like put their stats, to tell other players, hey, it's okay. You're going to suck here. And the GM got mad and painted over. great. It was a great article. But they've drawn well all the time. I mean, what else is there to do in Denver in the summer? But so here you go. Colorado is 18th. This is just for this year, 2025. They're ahead of Milwaukee, Baltimore, Detroit, Cincinnati, Cleveland, Kansas City, Pittsburgh, Minnesota, the White Fucks, the Miami Fuckheads, Tampa Bay, and Oakland.
You see Oakland's number? Because that was my next slide, actually.
Yeah,
Oakland is drawing 9,836 people a game.
Yeah, just below Tampa Bay's 10,046. But at least...
Well, let's remember, though, Tampa Bay is playing in a fucking minor league baseball park that probably only holds 12,000.
Well, aren't the A's?
To be honest with you, I don't know where the A's are fucking playing this year.
I'm pretty sure they're in a minor league stadium, but
I think you're right. I think they're playing it in Sacramento, I want to say.
But going back to the Colorado deal, it's a great stadium. It's a nice setting. It's not super hot there. It's not super cold. I loved it. Baseball's the cheapest sport to go to if you want to go get away from the family, or if you want to actually take the family out. It's a cheap way to go.
Better than Safeco?
Yes.
Wow.
I say that because
Safeco's actually one of the oldest fields out there right now, but
I remember going, to Safeco a few times, and you got to go through some areas that you're just like, ugh. And then where Rocky Stadium is, whatever it's called, it's really not like that. It's in a good spot. They're going to draw. I mean, hell, they got 4 wins and they're drawing that much. I mean, they're not going there.
They got their 5th one today.
They got their 5th one today. Oh, okay. They've got 5 wins, but you really think they're going there to watch the Rockies? They're going there to see home runs. Has the most home runs in 30 years at a stadium. I mean, they're going there to see the visiting team.
Beer.
Well, yeah, and they're going there to see home runs. I mean, come on, it's home run derby almost every day.
Yeah. All right. So moving away from baseball, kind of, at least the talk. Mariners. We have not lost a series.
This moving away from baseball?
I forgot we still had to talk about the Mariners and the Cubs. My bad. I'm psyched about talking about the draft. So again, Mariners though, first place. We still have not lost a series since last week. So we're rolling in first place right now. Bats are hot, but we did have Logan Gilbert got hurt. Not sure exactly what. Doesn't sound good though. But we got tons of pitching, so we're okay. I'm sorry?
Was that Caboose Butt got hurt? Big Chunk or
no? Logan Gilbert, one of our pitchers.
Oh,
big dumper, sign stealing extraordinaire.
All right, so you're bringing up the Mariners, and you said we're going to talk about the Cubs, and I've been watching for the Cubs because I've had a lot of people saying, "Hey, Cubs are doing great this year." I'm like, it's one fucking month. It's a long year. I've seen it before. They can have a great month this month, next month. Hey, they might get 4 wins. Anywho, I'm actually shocked because the Mariners were actually below 500 for a little while because you used to walk around, oh, fucking Mariners suck again. So the Cubs, this is overall baseball standings, are 3 games out of the best record. Mariners are 3.5 games out for the best record in baseball. All right. So also, since we're talking about the Cubs, they won the season series against the Dodgers.
Wow. Impressive.
I'm actually quite not impressed with the Dodgers. I was looking at some stats. The Dodgers, they lead the league in saves. If your lineup is that good, how are you in save situations?
Right.
I mean,
well, they're having they're having starting pitching issues again. I think Glasnow's hurt again, and one other
They
guy was
got
hurt
8
too. But they
starters.
still got. Right, I was going to say they still have like a bunch of other ones. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying some of their big horses though have not been playing.
So I was actually.
But it seems like Glasnow gets hurt every year.
So I was reading this deal online. Number of games played against teams currently below 500. When I saved this was 48 minutes ago. So we're talking about an hour and a half ago. Number of games played
Pretty up to date
against
stat.
teams currently below 500. The Mets, with the best record in baseball, have played 20. 20 games versus teams below 500.
20 out of about 25, maybe?
29-ish. Yeah, okay. So then 19 games was the Indians and the Twins. Now, granted, the Twins still are sucking, so they're still losing those games. The Red Sox and the Reds have played 17 games. The Tigers and the Nationals, 16 games. Let's see. Then you got the Diamondbacks, the Astros, the Phillies, and the Cardinals, 15 games. Pirates.
So about half.
Pirates have played 14 games. Okay.
They suck. But yeah.
Yeah. Dodgers, the Yankees, and the Royals have played 13 games. The A's, the Braves.
I haven't heard. There's 2 teams I'm missing.
Hold on.
There's 2 teams that are missing so far.
Hold on. this gets great. So the A's.
Oh, I'm sure it does.
A's, Braves, Orioles, Angels, the Rays, and the Blue Jays, 12 games. The Rockies, 10 games. The White Sox, Miami, and the Brewers,
really
9 games. The Padres and the 49ers, the Giants, 7 games. The Mariners have only played 6 games.
Yeah.
Okay. The Texas Rangers have only played 3 games versus teams below 500, or currently below 500. The Cubs, and this, I didn't make this, it's right here. I don't know if you can see it or not. The Cubs.
No, but 0 games of teams below 500.
Currently below 500.
Right. Okay, so not when they played them, but as it stands right now,
they've
teams
played
below 500.
That's how I'm reading how this is set up. And you remember me a few weeks ago looking at the schedule going, man, the Cubs have a fucking loaded schedule. What a good – remember how I was going through all that shit?
Yeah,
I mean,
that's right.
Their April was fucking loaded.
They didn't have an easy schedule until like mid-May.
Yeah, and it wasn't even that much easier because now they're playing their division. But yeah, interesting factoid. I don't know how you feel on your Mariners. I'm impressed with the Cubs so far because their batting average is like 263, second in the majors. They have 4, 5, 6 guys. Yeah, 269, I think it's the Mets at the highest. I think it was the Mets. Could have been the Yankees. But they have 4 or 5, maybe a 6 guy batting over like 270. They have 3 guys with 7 home runs. I'm like, hey, look, they're actually just hitting the ball. You know, now you got some guys like Pete Crow Armstrong. He's batting like 280 something. Is he going to keep that up all year? I hope so. You know, you got their catcher, Mr. Home Run. Oh, God, what is his name? He just hit 1 or 2 the other day again. He's a backup catcher. You know, just make him the catcher.
He's no Cal Raleigh, though. He's no Cal Raleigh.
No, he ain't got a fat ass.
Right. But Julio is batting 190, so another shitty start for him, too. So, I mean, that's a plus. You know, I mean, you're able to win games without Julio doing shit, really.
Well, do him and Dansby Swanson, do they like room together in the offseason? because Dansby's batting like 188. I was just wondering, paying him
But
this,
is that every May for Dansby?
huh?
It's been every May for Julio. It's been every May for Julio, or excuse me, every April for Julio. He starts out slow every year.
I'm just talking right now. I'm wondering if they room together over the winter because Dansby for that money.
They might. I mean,
But yeah, Cubs are in first. Mariners, I'm assuming, are in first since they're slightly below the.
we are in first.
All right, what do you got next?
You're
I
doing
think
great. Hey,
we're
baseball's great.
right now. I saw
Jordan
that.
Travis retires.
Oh, the Jets lost another quarterback.
Yep.
Another
He's
quarterback.
supposed to be a good one too. He's supposed to be a good one. He's basically the reason why Florida State didn't make the playoffs that year because he got hurt and their backup came in and sucked. So, yeah, but yeah, pretty damn sad. He was basically forced to medically retire.
Yeah, he had a pretty nasty injury.
Yeah. So, Godspeed to him. Good luck to him in whatever degree he didn't get from Florida State. And wish him the best.
Oh, gosh.
Right, exactly. So, Shannon Sharp has decided to step away from his duties at ESPN, but he has hosted Nightcap at least the last 3 nights because I've seen him on there. So, because he stepped away from ESPN to spend more time with his family and deal with the legal proceedings. But he has time to go on every night and hang out with Ocho Cinco and one night Gary Payton, which was very entertaining. Don't get me wrong. But Shannon Sharp, I personally think he's guilty as fuck. Maybe not for the exact allegations, but this kind of goes along with what lots of other people have been trying to tell Shannon Sharp for a while now. Stop trying to date people that are younger than your daughter. Maybe try getting somebody your own age, and shit like this wouldn't happen to you. That's my opinion. That's my take on that. What you got?
Right. So he's okay. They did their business. She probably wants some money. If I'm Shannon Sharp, and he can't get it from reputable women, I guess would be the best way to say it. Save yourself a few $1 million and just go buy hookers. He's being sued for what, $50 million? How many hookers could he have had for that?
Right. Well, and even if he gets caught with the hooker, he'll still have money to bail out of jail and still be like millions ahead.
I know. And
I mean, trying to get a prostitute's not a felony. It's just a little misdemeanor. It's a little slap on the wrist.
Yeah. He brought that one up.
I want to say that I feel bad, but I don't because
I don't.
He's had lots of people just on Club Shay Shay. Right. He's had lots of people on Club Shay Shay tell him that he's a fucking idiot for acting a fool like this. Cat Williams, one of them. All right, so NFL draft. First of all, we have in alphabetical order, of course. We have the Arizona Cardinals. The Arizona Cardinals here.
Did you do every team?
God damn it. Can't read shit. Yeah, but this shit took me forever.
All right.
So Arizona got a defensive lineman in the first round. Yeah, we might need to get a beverage break here in a second. But so again, they got a defensive lineman in the first round. Cornerback Will Johnson in the second round, who dropped. He was probably one of the best corners in the draft, but had some injury concerns in his senior year. So pretty good pickup there, I would say. Jordan Birch, no idea. Cody Simon, Ohio State. I mean, obviously he's got to be pretty good. He went to Ohio State. Grabbed another Ohio State corner in the fifth round. Denzel Burke, Hayden Connor in the 6th round, a interior lineman out of Texas, and Keaton Crawford out of, I can't read that. So he's a safety, though. Gotta love fucking Excel. So, I mean, not a sexy first pick, but definitely a need pick, I would say. They definitely need some help on the defensive line.
They went safe.
So, they went safe. Exactly. They went safe. You got anything else on the Cardinals there, boss?
No, they went safe.
Next, we have the Atlanta Falcons. The Falcons got Jalen Walker in the 1st round, an edge rusher out of Georgia. He should be a good one. I think we both had him mocked in the top 10, did we not?
Yeah. I had to rethink. I want to say he was my number 10.
Yeah, I think we both had him in the 1st round, or the first top 10. They also moved up in the 1st round and took James Pierce, another edge out of Tennessee. Atlanta definitely needed to help their defense, So think pretty good draft. Again, safety out of Notre Dame, and then another safety out of Boomer Sooner, Oklahoma. And then a offensive tackle on the last one, Jack Nelson out of Wisconsin. Safe draft, but again, think they definitely took care of some defensive need that they did have. So,
yeah, I don't know about them trading back in there for the 26th pick. I don't know if I agree with that, but the Jalen Walker pick, it made their draft. That's going to help their defense.
Definitely. Yeah, I'm not sure about. Yeah, I heard somebody talking about that too, about them moving up, and that it was kind of questionable. I think they were scared that obviously somebody was going to take him, but I don't remember which team it was. So, yeah. The Ravens had 11 picks in this draft. So I'm thinking, oh no, they all made it. Okay.
Hey, for a second, make that bigger so I can read it.
Malachi Starks, their first pick out of Georgia, another Georgia safety. Yeah, I can't, unfortunately. Next, we have
there. I can read it.
Oh, look at you, smart guy. Yeah. All right, so we have Mike Evans out of Marshall, a non-Power 5 guy. Emory Jones, offensive tackle at LSU. Teddy Buchanan, linebacker out of Cal. Carl Vinson, offensive tackle out of Alabama A&M. Briley Coney, cornerback out of Western Michigan. Tyler Loop, a kicker out of Arizona.
Hey, they made a statement.
This must be the writing on the wall, but yep, they said Justin Tucker, you go masturbate somewhere else. Jahadi Wester. So there's one of those Colorado guys that we're talking about off air. So there's one of them right there, Colorado. Jahadi Wester. Aeneas Peebles, a defensive lineman out of Vautech. Robert Logerbeam, cornerback out of Rutgers, and Garrett Dellinger, excuse me, out of LSU, a lineman. I didn't think that Baltimore needed 11 guys, first of all. So it'll be interesting to see how many of these guys actually make the squad, because Baltimore's pretty stacked already.
Well, I'll say this about Baltimore. Look at their draft. Look at the positions. And how is that not Baltimore football? Defense, O-line, right. Defense, O-line, defense, kicker. Made a statement with that one. Yeah, they took a wide receiver. Hey, D-line, which is defense, another defensive guy. I mean, if some of these guys aren't starters right away, how deep are they going to be in their defense? And they're not going to take people that aren't going to fit into what they're doing. I really like the Malachi Starks pick because that gives them pretty much 3-4 above average safeties. Next.
Yeah, they're obviously they're going to be good again. So yeah, next. We have the Buffalo Bills. Bills had 9 picks as well. Maxwell Harrison, this kid here, I don't know if you heard the story about him, but in the green room, he was dapping everybody up, giving them big hugs, congratulating every single guy that got drafted before him. No, he never started, changes his attitude or nothing. Very positive guy, high fives, daps, big hugs for everybody getting drafted before him. He was in the green room until pick 30 before they finally got drafted. I just a huge character guy. Who was it? I think it was Schefter. Met him at dinner on Wednesday night, or it might have been, I don't know, one of them famous insiders. Got to meet him the night before the draft, and he was just said the politest gentleman you ever meet. So hopefully the guy can play football. Great story. Next we have T.J. Sanders out of South Carolina, London Jackson, an edge out of Arkansas. Delonte Walker, thought he retired.
That's
Defensive
Deone.
lineman out of Kentucky. Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. I don't read so well. Jordan Hancock, cornerback out of Ohio State. I swear to God, that's the third corner we've seen from Ohio State. I swear. Just because he has his hand on his cock doesn't mean anything, okay? He's playing cornerback. Jackson Haas, tight end out of Georgia Tech. Dorian Strong, cornerback out of Virginia Tech. Chase Lunt out of UConn, offensive tackle. And Kalen Prather out of Maryland, a wide receiver. Again, I think a pretty solid draft.
They
defense. Yeah, I mean, almost all defense. I mean, the tight end might not even make the team. They already got 2 pretty good tight ends.
Yeah,
that kid Prather,
right.
though, is a good wideout.
I think they went.
No, I think they did okay.
They did it. They went safe.
Very
they
safe, but definitely
Arizona.
Yeah, but definitely took care of some team needs, though. Next, we have the Carolina Panthers. They got the wideout, Mr. McMillan, in the first round from Arizona. I think that's a great pickup for them. Big, tall receiver, easy for the Smurf back there to see. We have Nick Scorton, edge out of Texas A&M. We have Princely. Gotta feel bad for that kid. Princely, whatever the hell his last name is, an edge out of Ole Miss. Trevor Etienne, Travis Etienne's brother out of Georgia. Lathan Ramson, a safety out of Ohio State. So, again, another Ohio State DB taken in the draft. Cam Jackson, defensive lineman out of Florida. Mike Evans, a tight end out of Notre Dame. And the second Colorado player, Jimmy Horn out of Colorado. So another Colorado wideout taken in the draft. For Carolina, I think it's a good draft. They definitely needed help on offense. Their defense, got a couple edge players. I think it's a decent draft. I mean, who knows though?
I don't see an offensive lineman. They did take 2 receivers. Yeah, apparently not.
And tight end. Bryce is fast.
Yeah. They did all right. I do like them taking Jimmy Horn Jr. I like Jimmy Horn Jr.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
Next,
it's just Carolina. Oh my God.
You're right. The Bears. In the first round, you guys went a little crazy.
Took a fucking tight end. If I'm Cole Kmet, I'm sitting there. What the hell?
Not even the best tight end in the draft in most people's eyes. But, I mean.
Look, if there wasn't an offensive lineman or a defensive lineman they wanted at number 10, they should have traded the fuck down. I don't understand it.
Or traded up and got Ashton Genty.
They could have done that. I mean, fuck that first round pick for them. Second round pick. Actually, after that, I can understand some of the picks. That first round pick, It's like, was McCaskey sitting there saying, "Hey, let me do the first one, guys"?
But you do get Luther Burden, very good wide receiver out of Missouri in the second round. That's a good pickup. Then you guys did go O-line with Ozzie from Boston College. Next, you have Sherman Turner, a defensive lineman out of Texas A&M. So at least in the second and third round, you guys did go after some linemen like you were wanting.
Look, outside of the first round, I think the Bears did pretty good.
Yeah, next fourth round, you got Ruben Hippolyte, the second linebacker out of Maryland. Zach Frazier, a cornerback out of UTSA. Probably played with my boy there at Seattle.
Lofa?
Next, you have was that?
Lofa Tatupu?
No, Treek Woolen. Reek Woolen.
Yeah, I don't know.
Next, we have Luke Newman, offensive tackle out of Michigan State. And then you guys got a running back in the seventh round out of Rutgers. Probably a white guy, I would say. But what do I know? I think pretty solid. Again, I do question the first pick. Maybe me and you just have an affection for Cole Kmet. I think he's a top 10 tight end in the league.
But
for some reason, Bears don't use it.
They don't throw to him. It's if you don't throw to your number one tight end, why you draft another? Unless you're going to get rid of him. You know what? At this point, just be like, hey, Cole, where you want to go?
Well, and not just that, but it seems like what I remember from the last couple of years watching Bears games, when Cole Kmet had a big game, you guys usually won.
Yeah, again, they don't throw to him much.
Right. Well, I remember Justin Fields when he went on that nice run at the end of 2 years ago, or maybe it was 3 years ago by now. But Cole Kmet had 100 yards a game for like 4 or 5 straight games. I don't know. Like I said, maybe I'm just a Cole Kmet fucking dick rider. Who knows? Next, we have the oh god, the Cincinnati Bengals. The Bengals here. Sherman Stewart, edge out of Texas A&M. Demetrius Knight Jr., a linebacker out of South Carolina. Dylan Fairchild, a lineman out of Georgia. Barrett Carter, linebacker out of Clemson. Jalen Rivers, a lineman out of Miami. And Taj Brooks, a running back out of Texas Tech. Taj Brooks is a good one, by the way. They always devalue running backs, but Taj Brooks is a good one. I like the fact that they address defense.
I don't think they did enough
because
defense.
They can't afford.
They only got three out of 6. 1, 2, 3 defensive players.
No, you got edge. Oh, well, yeah, you're right. Yeah. You got to try to protect Joe, though, too, I guess. I don't know.
I don't know.
I mean,
yeah. They play in the same division as Baltimore. Look what Baltimore did for their defense, and they have a much better defense as it is than the Bungles. And the Bungles bungled this one. I don't think
they had 6 picks too, though. So
I think they probably did worse than Carolina.
Next we have the
God! Yeah, hold on. I've got enough.
Yep. Here, let's. Should we take? Well, I was gonna say, should we take an intermission here real quick and
no,
beverage break?
Let's get you guys done.
Good. Cleveland Browns. First, they traded with the Jaguars. They got first round pick next year.
That was a good move by the Browns. Good move.
Mason Graham is going to be a stud, tough interior lineman out of Michigan. In the second round, they got Carl Schlesinger, linebacker out of UCLA. In the third round, Quishon Judkins out of Ohio State, running back. That guy's a stud. He did split carries with another Ohio State running back, but I think he'll be just fine. They'll may even start this year. Definitely pissed off Nick Chubb, though, that they took a running back that high. I will say that. He did come out with a tweet.
That's them probably saying goodbye to Nick.
Yeah, probably. He
If
did come out with a
I'm the
tweet
Bears,
saying,
if I'm
oh,
the
you
Bears,
guys
I'm
are
like, yo, Nick, what's up?
right.
Why don't you come run the ball?
I don't think he could be a number one back, but I definitely think that he can split carries with somebody and still be very effective.
I think he will be. Shoot, he was not even 100%
I,
last year when he came back, and he got hurt again.
right, exactly. Not any injury though; it was an ankle. So I mean, at least he didn't tear up his knee again. Next, they got Harold Fitton Jr., a tight end at Bowling Green. Then in the third round, they surprised a lot of people and
Yes,
chose Dylan
this is
Gabriel,
where they turned
quarterback
into the
out of
Cleveland
Oregon.
Browns. They did really good
Right.
until all of a sudden, here comes the Browns.
There were lots higher rated quarterbacks still on the board at this time when they picked Dylan Gabriel. Not even speaking of their fifth round pick. Riley Leonard was rated higher than Dylan Gabriel and was still on the board when they picked. I don't know. A very questionable pick. Dylan Gabriel is not a very big quarterback either. That's one kind of knock on him, in my opinion. And second of all, he's a lefty. And I don't know. I'm not sold on that pick. But next we have Dylan Sampson, running back out of Tennessee. And then the one we've all been waiting for. Mel Kiper almost lost his fucking mind. Shedeur Sanders. Slipped in the draft is a nice way to put it. I'm not gonna jump on the racist bandwagon saying this was a racist choice or that there was collusion. I'm not going with any of that personally. I'll hold my thoughts for a minute though. What's your take on Cleveland Browns drafting Shedeur Sanders? Where he landed?
Here's what I believe happened, and this is my beliefs, and I'm saying it here. It's April 30th, 2025. Coach Prime makes a phone call. Yo, Kev, what up, man? Take my boy. I'll coach you next year. Bam. I think there's going to be something that Dion going to coach the Browns next year because his boy got to play. It has nothing to do with race. It has nothing to do. Well, it has a lot to do with who his dad is and how his dad is. Kind of like the Ball brothers. Anyone follow basketball? The Ball brothers. Oh, you got to have daddy. At least Shedeur doesn't have his own shoe line yet, but he fell.
So let me get this straight though. So you're saying Deion Sanders called
coaching
the
the
head
Browns
coach of the Browns and said, "Take my boy, so I can take your job."
Well, I should have said the owner, but I couldn't think of his name. I didn't know if it was Khan or Haslam. Okay. Couldn't think of it.
It's neither, actually. I don't think. Khan is down there in Jacksonville.
So then it's Haslam.
Are you sure it's Haslam? Okay.
Pretty sure.
All I know is that there's no way he called Stefanski because Stefanski is probably scared shitless to draft Shedeur just for the simple fact of when he fucks up and fucks the whole fucking season up next year, Dion's going to take his job. I don't think Kevin Stefanski had anything to do with this.
Okay.
If you saw
my bad on him calling Stefanski. He called the owner. Let me correct that. He called the owner. But look, think about this. If you're a pro team and you have a quarterback, and they rated him pretty good, he's a good quarterback. But did you know he had the highest completion rate in the college football last year? Did you know that?
Mm-hmm.
They threw that out there to everybody. But did you also know he threw the most fucking screen passes in college football?
And funny enough, Dylan Gabriel was probably second in completion percentage and screen passes. Bet your money.
He might have been. Here's the other thing on Shedeur. If I'm an NFL team, this is just me. I don't have no sources. This is just me being me. Do you want to draft a quarterback that hasn't had an offensive coordinator / head coach outside of his father since before high school? He's only known one guy.
Well, and not just that, but to be a backup quarterback, you can't really
Oh,
be
no. He's going to be a
flamboyant.
starter when Dion's coaching.
Okay, so I'm more talking about just the draft pick and how it's going to go for the next 12 months. Your backup or third string quarterback should not be a super flamboyant, a me first kind of guy, because all that's going to do is that's just going to bring the media into it because they want to talk to Shador. Shador's not the fucking starting quarterback. We don't even
Hey,
know who the starting fucking quarterback is. Could be
the other
Fucko.
thing
Could be
is,
fucking Kenny.
you got to think on the flip side of this. What you just said, they're going to be wanting to talk to Shador. They might forget about Deshaun in his massages and the trade. this is going to deflect.
And the Achilles.
Gabriel's going to get cut. Shador will be on the team. I'm glad he fell. You know, maybe it put some humility into him a little bit, because from a lot of stuff I was reading, he went in very cocky and conceited to these interviews. You know, and it's like
I heard in one of the interviews he had earbuds in with music playing, never took them out, and continued to try to have an interview. I heard he went up to the whiteboard in an interview and couldn't fucking. His whiteboard work, I guess, was fucking trash. I guess is the best way to put it.
yeah. So yeah, that covers.
I think he makes the team over in Cleveland over Dylan Gabriel. I say he makes the team.
I agree, because of the hidden handshake for Coach Prime next year. I was shocked Suck Nasty didn't get cut or fired last year. They're not going to do good this year.
Well, the only reason he's kept his job is because the owner is the one that fucked up the quarterback situation. That's the only reason he's kept his job. It's not his fault.
And I was reading an article the other day, and
which is why I heard they took Gabriel.
The article didn't per se said the owner said to take Shador, but that the GM and the head coach were not happy with the pick. And apparently, when you look at the reaction of the room,
also, yeah,
the reaction of that room,
but
the reaction of that room was like watching all the Bears watch parties on the first round pick, and they announced the tight end, and they all went, "What?" That's kind of how that one went,
right?
And that was with the Cleveland coaches. But since this free fall,
yeah, I just and you traded, and the worst thing is you traded up to get him too. That's what I don't get. You wasted fucking draft capital to go up and get him. I just
if Coach Prime is going to be your coach next year, you're going to be great, and you don't need that draft pick.
I'm going to laugh when he's not the coach, though, because I don't know. I just don't see him. Would you want Dan as your head coach? I wouldn't.
Shador
does? Yeah, not in the pros.
I'm just saying.
You know what?
That's the only logical thing I could think of why they take him.
What's that?
That's the only logical thing I could think of why they take Shador. Why else? Why would you trade up and take a quarterback 2 rounds after you took which would have been your third quarterback? Shador's now your fourth quarterback. You know, you just signed Flacco, so you know he's a one and done. I don't even know who the second quarterback even is.
Actually, it's their fifth quarterback. If you want to be technical, it's their fifth quarterback.
You're counting Groper.
Kenny, Pickett.
Oh yeah, Pickett. Yeah.
So fifth quarterback.
Yeah. I also haven't heard a whole lot from Coach Prime about his son dropping this far. He had a little talk during the draft, but
I also heard I heard Shiloh Sanders ripped Dion's ass for his fucking the way he's been acting. Rumor has it, according
He
to my
probably did
sources.
because didn't Shiloh got drafted?
No, Shiloh I don't think got drafted. He got free agent pick up. I think
He got
he
signed
got picked
free
up by
agent.
somebody. But I don't think he got drafted. Yeah, I think it was free agent pickup. I don't think it got
I will
drafted.
think
We'll
that
see.
Shiloh will have a better NFL career than Shador.
Probably Shiloh's a fucking sticker, man. He's a headhunter.
Yeah, I would say he will have a better NFL career than Shador. All right, do we need to stay on there? You going to play our music while I got to get some more.
Some more go-go juice. I don't know. Can I figure out how to do that?
Oh, here, hold on. I can probably do it. Hold on. Where is it? Banners. No.
So, commercial break.
Media assets. Oh, they really changed all this. Da-da-da-da-da. Video clips. Where's audio? Background music. Here, look. We'll just throw out what's a good one.
Background music.
No, I'm gonna throw some background music out here. I'm gonna play "Feeding the Ducks."
This one's pretty good.
All right, then I'm gonna go to overlay, and we'll be right back.
We'll be back in 5.
I guess we're not ready yet. All right, let me find some other music while we're waiting for. Let's do some intro space for those that are waiting. No, that sounds dumb. There we go. All right, I think we're back. At least I'm back.
Hey, I am back.
We hope you enjoyed
So
that.
that's definitely-
The music selection provided free. We had to, let go of the
hydration
Cleveland Brown
situation.
debacle and the Shador Sanders. All right, so next we got Dallas.
Dallas Cowboys. We love the Cowboys. They had 9 picks. Tyler Booker, interior lineman at Alabama at number 12.
Needed it. Really needed it.
Definitely.
Needed it.
Yeah, I mean,
needed it. They did pretty good. They did better than Cleveland.
Well, I mean, that's not saying much.
No, they really did. They took their
It's
knee.
like a pretty decent draft for the Cowboys. I just again, you have Dak Prescott as your starting quarterback. I mean, until you get rid of him, you're not fucking going anywhere really. But
they could have probably taken
opinion.
a quarterback because I don't think they have a backup. Cooper Rush went. Where'd he go?
Cooper
Baltimore
Rush?
somewhere? Cooper Rush, man.
I don't know.
He rushed out of town.
Yeah. Next we have the Denver Broncos. Denver Broncos had 7 picks. Jaden Barron, a cornerback out of Texas. R.J. Harvey, a running back out of Central Florida. Pat Bryant, wide receiver out of Illinois. Savion Jones, defensive lineman at LSU. Quay Robinson, edge out of Alabama. Jeremy Crenshaw, punter out of Florida in the 6th round. And in the 7th round, Caleb Lohner, tight end out of Utah. I'm not going to question Peyton at this point. I'm not a big fan of his, but
after last year, it's kind of like, you know what? Hey, you made shit look good. Your shit didn't stink.
Yeah,
all right.
I mean, yeah, you made shit out of fucking. You made chicken shit into chicken salad. So yeah, I mean, again, not a huge fan, but I'm not going to question his. What he did. I've seen some draft places said that they had a B+ draft. So again, I'm not questioning Sean Payton. I'm sure he did well. So next we have the Detroit Lions. Sorry.
You sure went past the Broncos real quick. We got to talk about the other Bronco later.
Which other Bronco?
John Elway going to jail, mofo.
You didn't see my little caption? We can. Like I said, I forgot to.
You didn't see my caption? Don't ride with Elway.
No. Yeah, as mine says, Elway is fucked. But John Elway today, I guess over the weekend, got in a golf cart mishap. Is a nice way to put it. He was riding, I guess, around in a golf. See, I'm piecing together the information that I have, along with what my sources have told me. Now, my sources have said that they were not on a golf cart when the event happened. I was told that they were going to and from a soiree of sorts, an old folks party is what I've been told.
So
again,
my sources, where I read from TMZ, was Elway driving a golf cart not on a golf course, leaving a party, him and their spouses or his, and it's a longtime friend and business partner and
Yeah,
former agent and all that stuff,
agent, his
fell out
former
of the golf
agent.
cart and apparently like he died today, but was like out of it, like in a coma and whatnot since Saturday. I mean, how fast does a golf cart go? I mean, were they on a cliff?
I mean, he is, he is a rich man, so he probably got the regulator taken off of it. I mean, maybe that motherfucker goes like 20 miles an hour. Who knows? What I had heard
Oh,
though is that he fell out of the golf cart and whacked his head on the concrete.
yes, yeah.
John Elway immediately called 911. When the EMTs showed up, he was breathing but unresponsive. And I
But he
guess
was
once he got to the
alive.
hospital, they found out. Yeah, he was alive. Correct. He left the scene alive, but I guess they had found out that he had some serious brain injuries, and John Elway could be in serious trouble, folks.
Yeah. All I'm going to say to former teammates of John Elway, Terrell Davis, Ed McCaffrey, stay
Shannon
home
Sharp.
and go nowhere for the next few weeks. Just don't go anywhere. You've had Shannon Sharp and you've had John Elway and some shit. So just stay home. All right, we can move on.
Carl Mecklenburg, beware.
Detroit.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, Detroit Lions.
You like that? You want to do the button or you want me to do the button?
No, go ahead. Go ahead. You can read for a while too. I'll sit back. You take over for me.
I'll try to be like I'll try to be like the Micro Machine guy. Detroit Lions. They had 7 picks. They took God, what the Tilliak Williams, a defensive lineman. Tate Ratledge, an interior offensive lineman. Isaiah, I thought I have a bad name. Isaiah T. Slay, wide receiver. Miles Frazier, interior offensive lineman. Ahmed Hassanin, edge. Dan Jackson, safety. And I can't read the other guys because it says slide 35 in the arrows. So that's
you
that's
got
all.
to move down to the other slides, the one in between us, and use those arrows, and that'll take that off your screen.
Yeah, you better do that. I can't do that. I don't know what you're talking about.
The last pick is Dominic Lovett, a wide receiver out of Georgia. Seemed to be a pretty good draft. Anytime you can, get a Ohio State or defensive lineman, good pick. Georgia guy as well. Definitely looking like they were taking care of team needs.
I think the Lions did good. Definitely above average. Because let's see, defense, offensive line, defense, and 2 receivers. I mean, they don't really need the receivers, but they needed the defense and the O lines. I think they did good.
And take a look at this as well. 3 Georgia Bulldogs and 1 Ohio State Buckeye. I mean,
I don't look that far into it. So that's your job.
Oh, I do. I mean, shoot. Georgia puts out some defensive fucking guys, man. So, all right. So, yeah, I think a pretty good draft for the Lions. Next, we have the Packers, your favorite. So, again, you can go ahead. Oh, you're not going to read the Packers. Okay, I got you. Matthew Golden, wide receiver out of Texas. I think he was the fastest dude at the draft.
That's to replace the dude that got hurt. The wide receiver that got hurt playoffs, remember?
Who got hurt? Oh, Watson?
Was that his name? I don't know a lot of the Packers' names.
I think so. Anthony Belton, interior lineman out of North Carolina State. Savon Williams, a wide receiver out of TCU. I've heard he's pretty good. Baron Sorrell, an edge out of Texas. Colin Oliver, linebacker out of Oklahoma State. Warren defensive lineman out of Georgia, Mike Robinson, a cornerback out of Tulane, and John Williams, offensive tackle out of Cincinnati. Decent draft.
Oh,
I know you don't give two fucks.
it went away.
But yeah, like I told you, use the
You
clickers
see
on the
where my
bottom.
mind was. I mean, I don't care as long as they suck. Next.
But unfortunately, they don't suck very often, though. I mean, if you
Not in the last 20
go
years.
back, they have just as many Super Bowls as the Bears do.
Let's move on.
You make me laugh. Houston Texans. They took in this. So they did not have a first round pick this year. I think that was due to the double picks of Will Howard and quarterback kid. So second round they got Jaden Higgins, a wide receiver at Iowa State. Definitely a need pick there.
What?
Jalen Noel, a wide receiver at what?
All they lost was Stephon Diggs, and he's not that good.
Tank Dell broke his fucking leg last year. You not remember by the time the playoffs rolled around, Houston had no wide receivers left?
They had wide receivers. They just sucked.
Hence why they picked a fucking wide receiver in the second round. Then they got Mr. Ursay out of
you can't say Ariante.
Tackle.
You can't say Ariante.
I can't read Ariante. Okay, makes me think of areola. Okay, kind of gets me all hot and bothered.
All right, so they took Arioli Ursay. Offensive. Hey, I like the offensive line pick. Oh, hey, look, another receiver. Hey, then another corner. Well, not another corner, but a corner. Running back. You know, I'm looking at this, and I'm kind of looking at too. I'm looking at the Texans like, what were you thinking? Except for the tackle. That was a good pick. I don't,
help along the defense, but I mean, these are a lot of late picks, though. You know what I'm saying? Like they picked the quarterback in Graham Martz. I mean,
yeah. When you look at this, hell,
round, so
they had no fourth or fifth round. Yeah. I don't understand the draft.
Right.
Don't understand.
Stacking up 6th round picks, baby. Stacking up the 6 rounders. Next, we have the Colts.
We go to the Colts.
They stole your tight end in the first round, Tyler Warren.
You know what? Here's the thing. A lot of people were projecting Warren to go to the Bears. I don't understand why. I won't understand why. But I get why the Colts needed a tight end. I do understand that pick. Carry on, sir.
They got JT, a edge out of Ohio State.
You can't say
quarterback out of no.
Okay.
That's why I said you can read for a while. Jalen Travis, offensive tackle out of Iowa State. We have DJ Giddens, running back out of Kansas State. Riley Leonard out of Notre Dame, quarterback. Gotta love it. So how many quarterbacks does Indianapolis have in their room?
2? No, 3.
That's another good question. Tim Smith, defensive lineman out of Alabama. Hunter Wohler. Who they got? They got Richardson. They got Riley now.
Did they sign? No, not Minshew. They did sign somebody.
Oh, Jones. Not Mac Jones, or not Mac. Or the kid who was in New York.
Daniel Jones.
I was all around it. I was all over it.
Oh, Danny boy. Hey, look, I like the Colts draft. They needed a fucking tight end. They needed some defensive help, which they got 1, 2, 3, 4. They needed a decent backup for running back because you never know how long Taylor's going to be healthy. And in the 6th round pick, you take a quarterback.
Right, because I think he's on year 5 now, so he's about to. a project quarterback, though. As much as I love Notre Dame and Riley Leonard, he's got a lot of work to
but
do as a passer.
Isn't AR-15 a project quarterback? Just put them both in there.
If they wouldn't have spent so much draft capital on him, they'd have cut his ass by now. That guy's a Nimrod.
So, yeah, Indianapolis, I think they did pretty good.
Yep.
I can read it. I can read it on this one. All right. The Jaguars. I can't believe Tennessee didn't take Travis Hunter, but I can't believe Jacksonville gave up what they gave up for Travis Hunter. Here's what I
that much.
They gave up next year's first round pick too.
And he's the best wide receiver and corner in this draft. So basically, you picked the number one wide receiver in next year's draft with this pick.
Hey, I am not dismissing the fact they took Travis Hunter. I think he's the best player. He'll probably have the biggest impact out of offensive players in the first round. But I also like how the Jaguars came out and they said offense first. Wide receiver first. But here's what I would do if I'm them. Oh, and I forgot who said this. I forgot who said this when I was watching their show. Make him a kicker or a punt returner too.
Oh, yeah. We were both watching that. I don't remember who it was, but that's a no-brainer. He's definitely returning fucking punts and kicks.
I mean, if not both, one of them. I mean, something. I like that the Jacksonville Jaguars got him. Next year's first round, they must have looked at next year and said, you know what, there's probably not much we're going to be able to get. They're obviously, every team is hoping to be a playoff team. I think this really helps them. You just got to hope that Lawrence throws to the right team. Maybe they get his color blindness corrected. Because Lawrence isn't a bad quarterback. He just likes to throw the wrong team a lot.
No, I just think a lot of Trevor Lawrence is that he doesn't love ball. I mean, he's a good football player, but I don't think he has the love of the game. Is really what it is.
Well, and he may not, but I think a player like Travis Hunter, who wants to play every down, offense and defense, dude, that's gotta feed to your players. When he gets in there,
or piss him off.
He looks a little when you see what he wears and how he walks and all that stuff. Dude wants to play ball. He wants to play ball every down, every snap. That's got to feed into your players. That's got to leak into Trevor Lawrence.
Or piss him off.
I don't think it'll piss him off. I think Trevor Lawrence is too much of a panty girl.
Oh, I don't care about Trevor Lawrence. I'm talking about the rest of the team. Like we talked about before. You're taking somebody's job. You know what I'm saying?
You know what?
Well, actually, you're taking two people's job. But
here's the deal. If the other guys in the locker room are going to get pissed at Travis Hunter for wanting to play every offense and defensive snap, get better. Carry on.
They did draft a safety out of Navy in the 6th round. Now, my question is he went to the Navy to be an officer in the Navy, correct? I mean, isn't that why you go to Navy, right? To be a naval officer, right?
Usually. He did his time. I mean, he served his country.
In school, he didn't make it out to the fleet to go be a real Army guy or Navy guy. I just don't know how he gets out of his contract that he signed with the government to play football. Look, this guy still owes the government some time as an officer in the Navy. That's all I'm saying. I don't know how it happens.
Okay,
I mean, it's happened before. I know it's happened before. I just don't understand.
David Robinson with the Spurs did it. I don't know how old
David Robinson No, David Robinson went and did his military service before coming to
Yes,
play for the.
yes, I know. How old is Ray Yuan the third?
Oh, he's just coming out this year. He's coming out this year.
How old is he?
22.
Maybe he did his. Maybe he only had a 4-year deal. I don't know. I'm not going to blame the guy. He went to serve our country.
I'm not. No, I'm not. He didn't serve the country yet, though. That's what I'm getting at. He
Are
sat
you
in a
sure?
classroom and learned. Yeah. Yeah. He is in the Naval Academy, which means he is academic. Academic.
So he hasn't.
He's
Well,
learning. He's learning how to be a Navy officer. He's
I don't
not
know.
on a fucking ship for 5 days out of the week, and then they drop him off at the field on Sundays, and then he hops right back on the boat and goes back out. That's not the way that works.
He could have been an onshoreman, but I'm not gonna. I don't know how that works.
No,
I'm not gonna
he was
knock a
just
guy
kidding.
who was did whatever happened with to serve our country. I'm not gonna knock anyone that's done that. I don't know what was worked out. Hey, maybe did he maybe
I'm
not
not knocking him either. Let's just
did he? And I'm not trying to be mean to the guy, but did he not maybe like pass courses to go further? Because David Robinson was a smart motherfucker.
I have the same question about Paul Skeens. He originally started in the Air Force, and then all of a sudden he goes to LSU and pitches at LSU, and now he's in the major leagues. How do you get out of the contract? I wasn't able to get out of. Well, I mean, I kind of got out of my contract, but that was on my own tuition, and I fucked up. But you can't just say, "Oh, you know what? I don't like this anymore. I don't want to do this."
I don't know what the I can't
No,
answer
I don't either.
something that I don't know the answer to except for speculation.
Right. It's all rhetorical, really. It's more than anything. But
and
Jaguars have pretty good draft, I think.
So Jacksonville, I think they did good. The only thing I really don't like is giving up next year's number 1 pick. But if they have a great year this year, and Travis Hunter's going to impact that team, he was going to impact any team he went to more than any offensive player, I think. They make the playoffs, you're not talking a top 10 pick. So they're like,
No,
hey, you know what? We don't expect to be in the lower half next year. And they shouldn't. I don't think they should with him.
No.
So
they'll finish 7-9.
no, I bet you they win 10 games next year. You want to bet?
Not yet.
I will wager my Grinch car buddy Christmas car decoration, so you always have a passenger in your car. That's a Jaguars win 10 games next year.
I will throw up.
I don't want you to throw up.
No, Tasmanian Devil, Superman piece thing. Probably a McDonald's toy. If it all is,
Okay. Wait a minute. This thing is worth way more than that. Okay, you want to throw that up? Okay. Hold on. I've got a WWE toy folding chair that I will put up against your Tasmanian. Okay, look. I got a bunch of the WWE things. I got a couple of dudes here. These were for some breaks. I was going to do like a ladder match thing. Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, 2 favorite wrestlers. But, oh, man. All right, next team.
See, this dude is like a transformer, see? You get regular Tasmanian Devil, or you get him with the suit on. I'm not betting on the damn Jaguars anyways. Fuck that shit.
Next team. Kansas City.
I've seen on some places that they got an F- on their draft. Just saying.
Well, let's look. Okay, let's look. Offensive tackle, defensive lineman, edge, cornerback, wide receiver, linebacker, and running back. I I don't think they did great. I wouldn't say they failed because you really don't know if any team fails until they actually hit the field or get cut.
Yeah, we'll know in 3 years if they failed or not. So, um, you don't want to question Andy Reid. I mean, Andy Reid usually has good drafts. They did address offensive line, which obviously is a problem for them.
They only got one though,
and address
out of seven picks. And yeah, they did. Their best pick was that offensive lineman, but I wouldn't give him a fail. I'd give him a better than Cleveland draft.
C-. That's not saying much.
They did better than Cleveland.
Not saying much.
Hey, Cleveland did great the first 3 rounds. All right, what's next? Who's next?
No, they drafted Dylan Gabriel. The Raiders. I personally think the Raiders had a pretty decent draft. Ashton Jeanty, the first pick, great.
I can't see all their
The
picks.
second pick is the Jack Bach. That gentleman is lost a brother in the New Year's Day incident in New Orleans. So kind of a feel-good story there, him getting drafted. Yeah. Oh, and if you look there in the 4th round, they got a guy named Tonka. Defensive lineman named Tonka.
With the last name Hemingway.
Yeah, that's good shit right there. That guy's going to be a stud, I think. I have no idea who he is, but I think he's going to be a stud.
I'm looking at the Raiders draft here. 11 picks. And I didn't know his name was Ashton. I thought it was something else, Jeanty.
Yeah, I know. I know you didn't get his name right. I know.
Great pick. They'll have him for 4 years before he leaves for Green Bay. Wide receiver, great pick. But if you look at their other picks, offensive tackle, wide receiver, defensive line. They did take 2 quarterbacks at the end, but Tom Brady's part owner, and they really don't have a star quarterback.
That might be Ryan Malot's brother, by the way. Remember him? He died recently. He drowned trying to save somebody.
You're thinking Ryan Mallett. So either you spelled it wrong.
No, I didn't spell it. This is copy paste.
Okay, well, that was Ryan Mallett, just so you know. I think the Raiders may have had one of the better drafts that no one's talking about. 11 picks, and they got a lot of down and dirty players on the line, both sides of the ball. Yeah, I don't. The 2 quarterbacks, if they go away, it's no big deal. But I think their defensive linemen and offensive linemen are going to stick around.
Well, if you look, they drafted a quarterback at pick number 213, and then they drafted the next one at 215.
Yeah.
By the way.
Who's part owner? A former quarterback. Look, if the Cleveland Browns had a former quarterback as their owner, I'd say, hey, I get it. They're looking. When was Tom Brady?
Was only a minority owner.
Hey,
remember that.
You think Mark Davis? You think Mark Davis is going to say, "Fuck you, Tom. I don't want your input during the draft"? I don't think so. I think Mark Davis is going to say, "Hey, Tom, you help him with the draft. I'm going to go draft a few." That's what happened.
Maybe, but what I'm going to say is, remember when Pete Carroll came to Seattle?
Yeah.
You remember when Pete Carroll came to Seattle?
Yeah.
What happened? He turned over that roster about 3 times in a year.
Yeah.
So that's obviously with 11 picks. That's what they're looking to do again is get Pete Carroll guys in there. So
Yeah. For 3
the first
years,
two picks I would definitely say are Pete Carroll guys.
I like their draft. I'm not knocking their draft.
He does run a lot like Marshawn.
But you can tell that two quarterbacks at the end, Tom Brady had some influence. Because, look, one of the two, if not both, are not making that squad. Period. The end. I mean, it's just not going to happen.
Right.
But the rest of their draft,
but it's also not Mark Davis. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I think they did good. I just again, they're going to turn over that roster. Yeah, they're going to turn over the roster. So
I like the logo you picked.
Jim Harbaugh and the Dodgers.
The lightning bolts. Let's see. Running back. They did need a running back. Receivers. Yeah. Defensive line. Edge. Wide receiver. Tight end. Offensive tackle. Safety. Corner.
All right, but you did look. Okay, look at the name of the tight end that they picked. You remember that name?
Gadsden.
Oronde Gadsden. He played wide. I think he played wideout for somebody back in the late '80s, early '90s.
Yeah.
I want to say wideout from Miami. I think it was Miami.
Yeah. Okay.
I didn't have time to look.
I honestly, personally don't think the Chargers should let Jim Harbaugh have say in the draft if he had any say. Because I'm looking at this like, what are you doing? I am. I'm looking at this like
I think it drafted very well. What?
I mean,
they got a running back in the first round. Jim likes to pound the ball. That's a great pick.
They got a running back,
they
but they
get wideouts because Lad McConkey.
But where's your offense? They got offensive lineman in round 6. That was their first offensive lineman.
Did they need offensive line help? I thought the line played pretty well last year.
Who doesn't need offensive line help?
Jim Harbaugh.
Apparently not. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan. I think Jim Harbaugh. I'm moving to the next one, and
I'll bet you the Chargers have more wins than the Jaguars.
What do you want to bet? You got to throw out your
silence.
Santa Claus Tasmanian Devil?
I don't have a Santa Claus Tasmanian Devil.
Superman, whatever it was.
Actually, it's not even Superman, but whatever.
I'm
just saying, Chargers are going to have more wins than the Jaguars.
All right, what do you want to wait?
It's a tornado. It's a tornado.
Okay.
Gentleman's bet.
Here's the wager. Jacksonville will have more wins than the Chargers. That's what I say.
Well,
you say the Chargers have more. Okay. If Jacksonville has more wins, you buy me dinner at a place of my choice. And if the Chargers have more, I will buy you dinner at a place of your choice.
That is a very fair deal.
Now, I'm going to throw this in there because I know how you are. I'm talking the cost of dinner. If you choose a place in New York City, get your own way there.
No, we will say in the state of where we reside. We don't want to give away our location because crazy
the Rams. The Rams. I actually they didn't have any picks. I think the Rams did by trading that first. I think they did great trading that first round pick to get more next year. There's a tight end again. Edge, running back, defensive lineman, linebacker, and a wide receiver.
That running back pick says that running back definitely I think makes a statement. Kyron Williams last year got benched for fumbles, if you remember correctly.
Yeah.
And Blake
Great
Corum was hurt
player
a lot last year. Right. That's what I'm saying. So I think the writing might be on the wall. Karen Williams might be, I wouldn't say out of a job, but I think his carries obviously are going to go down a lot. Because as much as they have Matthew Stafford and like to chuck the ball around, I think McVay would much rather run the ball more than he passes. But
Now, answer me this, Seahawk fan. Chris Paul
yes,
Jr.
sir.
Is that Chris Paul Jr.
No,
from NBA Chris Paul?
I don't think so. I was wondering the same thing when I was making this. I don't think that it is. Uh, just due to the fact that it's a linebacker. Chris Paul isn't a very big, like a big buff guy.
Hey, Chris Paul Sr. might like the meaty women.
I mean, you're right. Maybe. To my knowledge, that is not his kid, is what I will say.
I think they did better in this trade by trading away their first round pick to get stuff next year. They didn't have very much here. And hey, the Rams haven't had, if you look back, last year they had a great draft. Their defense, whoo. But before that, when was the last time they had a first round pick?
It'd been a while.
So hey, they take that first round pick and it's like, we don't see much value in what we're going to get to improve our team this year. Let's look at maybe next year and look ahead. So I think they did good in that part.
Not just that, but just Josiah Stewart is a good edge rusher as well. So with him and Verse out there, I mean, they're going to continue to put pressure on the quarterback. For having such a young defense, the Rams defense was actually pretty good last year.
Yeah, and they did get 1, 2, 3. They got 3 defenders out of here. You got an edge, you got a lineman, and a linebacker, which, you can't go wrong with taking a lineman. Because next year, they may be having to thinking about replacing Stafford. Garoppolo going to be their starter after Stafford's gone?
Maybe. He knows the offense.
I mean, you got to think future-wise. Stafford's 37, 38, and he'll probably play another 2-3 years. But at some point, they got to start thinking, hey.
Oh, replacement plan, exactly.
Exactly.
Lots of pundits were surprised they didn't take quarterback this year, to be honest.
Yeah. What? Because they didn't Shador?
No, just period. Quarterback, period.
They didn't want Dion showing up being in L.A., even though, they live in Texas.
Even though they probably have a home in L.A.?
Probably. They didn't want Snoop Dogg showing up. All right. The Dolphins. 8 picks.
They did a good job of trying to secure the defense because that defense was shit last year. So they did a good job of addressing that concern. And they grabbed Quentin Ewers, very late in the draft as well.
Hey, I don't blame him for taking Quinn. I mean, not a bad quarterback. It's a 7th round pick. Chances are he may not make it, but who else they got?
What, at quarterback?
Zach Wilson's their backup.
They got Tua Tagovailoa.
Okay, Zach Wilson is going to be in the stadium humping every MILF out there. So you need a quarterback that's going to want to actually play. I don't not like that pick. I do think they addressed their defense very well in the first, 4 rounds? Well, actually, their first 4 picks.
5 picks, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Well, they're picks.
5. No, interior lineman, sorry.
They didn't have 3rd or 4th round. They got a defensive tackle.
I just it's definitely going to help them.
I think they did all right. They did not do bad.
I agree. Kenneth Grant's a good one too. He should be. He should solidify the interior of that defense.
And I want to say they just lost a defensive lineman. I don't remember his interior and outer lineman, but
yeah, they lost Calais Campbell. Calais Campbell went back there.
No, they lost someone else free agency.
Yes, Calais Campbell.
No, it wasn't him. I'm moving on because it wasn't him.
Okay, but okay, whatever, man.
The Vikings. They only had 5
The
picks.
Vikings on draft day also, though, they did pick up Sam Howell from the Seahawks on draft day.
Ooh.
A backup
Good one.
quarterback.
Good one.
Hey, he led the league in passing.
Sam
Under Eric
Howell?
Bieniemy's watch. Yes.
Oh, yeah,
Sam
a couple
Howell's
years
rookie year
ago.
led the league in passing.
That's right. He did. You're right. You are correct. I think the Vikings, let's see. Actually, I think the Vikings, they did all right. I can't
I would have
knock.
liked to see another lineman, to be
Well, they only
honest
have
with you.
5 picks.
Right. But do they really need a wideout in the third round? I mean, you got Justin Jefferson and what's his nuts? The other guy.
No, but if you have contracts coming up, you may not be able to afford one. Maybe this guy, if he's decent. The only one I would question is the tight end they took as their last pick. But I like the pick because the dude's name is Gavin and Jeff's son's name is Gavin. So I kind of like that pick. And his last name's Barf all over you.
There's nothing
So
wrong with Bartholomew.
I think Vikings went. They did the best they could, is what I'm gonna say.
Right. Yeah, I think it's decent. I mean,
I don't think they did
5
bad. I
picks.
would. If we wanted to put a grade on them, I'd say B minus, C plus. That's me.
Yeah. I mean, 5 picks, you can only do so much.
And guess what? They did not take Shador Sanders. Just so you know, if anyone was wondering, they did not. They passed.
Well, they have JJ. So,
well, no, they better have passed on Shador if they passed on Aaron. If you're not going to take Aaron Rodgers because you're all in on JJ McCarthy, you better not fucking take Shador Sanders. That's all I'm going to say. And they didn't. So that shows me McCarthy's got a lot of pressure on him this year. All right, next one.
The New England Patriots. They had 11 picks too.
My bad. I didn't know you hit it.
Here's for skipping the pads. Okay.
11 picks.
Will Campbell, offensive lineman from LSU. Wait, it's a great pick.
Is that short arms?
Travion.
That's short arms?
Henderson.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let me look. No.
I mean, I really, to be honest, I really don't think an inch or so in your arms really matters. But, I mean, what do I know? Definitely like their second round pick as well, that Travion Henderson. That's the guy that was talking about split time in the Ohio State backfield. Yeah, I know. Neither can I. Probably really doesn't matter because you probably want to make the team anyways. But we have Kyle Williams as well. That's a good wideout at Washington State. I think they had a good draft.
I'm looking
at kicker as well.
Yeah,
they kicker. I mean, that's good.
They took a kicker. Makes me wonder what's going on. Oh, who is their kicker right now? I do. I think they had a good draft.
Yeah, Joey Sly, I think.
I think they had a good draft. You got offensive tackle. You got a running back. Another offensive lineman. Defense. Offensive lineman. Long snapper? Is that LS? Is that really long snapper? Okay, that one I have a problem with.
I guess so. Why? It's the 251st pick in the draft in the 7th fucking round. How can you? I mean, maybe their long snapper retired.
A long snapper and a punter. At least this pick was in pick 7 and not like the Bears punter. Yeah.
The Bears punter made first team all rookie. Did he not? He did. That's right. He did.
Patriots were up here, and then I saw the long snapper, so they came down a little bit. But I do think overall the Patriots did pretty damn good.
Yeah. With this, I just remember the name Julian Ashby. Okay, when the guy's an All Pro, I'm gonna bring this up. Julian Ashby.
You better write it down, and you better be texting Jeff saying, "Dude, we got another one on Eric all year long."
Julian Ashby. Yeah, that's the one. All right, moving right along. The Aints. Interesting to say the least. Took a quarterback that went to prom the same time that Brock Purdy went to prom. This guy's just leaving the league. Brock Purdy's been to the Super Bowl and the playoffs and another year. Brock Purdy, year 4 in the NFL. This dude, rookie. Supposedly he throws the nicest ball in the draft. So we'll see if he gets a chance to compete for the starting job. I don't think Spencer looked that bad last year. I thought he was serviceable. I would take him
agree.
over Will Levis, to be honest with you.
I think Rattler is it. I've said it before. He's going to be a decent NFL quarterback. He's got to be given that shot. How much? What did the Aints have last year? I mean, he went in there and he put up some points. Yeah, they lost and they won, but they didn't have much. I think the Saints did good in this draft. I mean, if you look, let's say offensive tackle, defensive lineman, safety, linebacker, cornerback, running back. Even though they do have Kamara's getting old though. You know, you got a
And Devin Neal is kind of like, if I'm not mistaken, he is kind of like a Kamara back, kind of a smaller, catch the ball out of the backfield kind of guy. If I'm not mistaken. And Danny Stutzman is a good linebacker at Oklahoma. That guy's a fucking stud.
He was good. I've met the guy at one of the shows I go to. Nice guy. You talked about the one dude being polite. He wasn't giving hugs to everyone at the show. But the dude is not conceited. He's not. He's going to fit in real good there.
And he's big as shit, I would assume too, huh?
The one problem I have with the Aints draft is it looks like they took Stephon Diggs' cousin or something and Fadil Diggs. Okay, I'm sorry, but the Diggs name, because of Stephon, has taken a big hit. And, dude, I'm sorry.
Hater.
Look, Stephon Diggs is the James Harden of the NFL.
James Harden made the playoffs, did he not? He made the playoffs. His team was above 500. Let me rephrase that. His team was above 500, were they not?
There's other players.
Playoffs. You can't just say make the playoffs in the NBA. You got to say
just like Jimmy
above
Butler.
500.
Oh, I don't want to play here anymore. I need to go somewhere else. That's what Stephon Diggs is. You got a family, and he may not be. I hope you're not related to Stephon Diggs.
He got traded to Houston. He didn't ask to leave.
He requested the trade. He wanted out. He wanted out of Minnesota. He wanted to be somewhere else.
He didn't request a trade out of. I'm pretty sure he didn't request a trade out of Buffalo.
You want to bet?
I'm pretty sure they just traded him. Probably because
dude wanted out. He wanted out in Minnesota because they got someone better. I need out of here because they got someone better.
That wasn't why he wanted out of Minnesota. He wanted out of Minnesota because he wanted the ball more.
Stephon Diggs
it wasn't because they got something different.
Yeah.
He wanted the ball more.
I'm sorry. Fadil Diggs, if he's related to them, it's like Trayvon Diggs. I want to say that's Stephon's younger brother with the Cowboys. Oh, he's great and all. He might get interceptions, but you know that Trayvon allows the most yardage by receivers that he's covering? Oh, yeah, that's real great. Let's sign him to an extension.
But he gets 12 picks a year.
Yeah, he gets 12 picks a year, but he allows the most yardage and touchdowns.
He gets 12 picks a year. That's all Jerry cares about.
Yeah.
Gotta remember, Jerry is the GM. Jerry never mind. Moving right along. The New York Football Giants. Abdul Carter, that's a great pick. Jackson Darte.
Yes. Hey,
I like
I
that pick.
picked
I like
that he'd go to
Jackson.
New York Giants originally and then the Jets, but he ended up going to New York, so I had the same city, right?
Kind of. Also, they got Cam Scatterboo in the 4th round out of Arizona State. That guy is a fucking tank. Great pick, especially in the 4th round. This is the Giants, so really this doesn't matter. I mean, you still got quarterback issues. I mean, Dart,
I think
I don't think he's going to be the answer in New York.
the Giants actually did decent for what they chose. Abdul Carter, probably the best defensive player out there for the draft. Great pick.
Did you hear that? Did you hear he
Got a fake phone call
called
too.
Lawrence Taylor?
Oh
No, he
yeah,
called
and
Lawrence
Taylor
Taylor
said no. Make your own
and
way.
asked Lawrence Taylor if he
Yeah.
could wear his 56. And Taylor told him to basically go fuck yourself. There's no fucking way you're going to wear my number.
No, he said go make your own way. Look, when you have a conceited ass player like Lawrence Taylor,
Which one?
Lawrence Taylor was great.
Okay, I was going to say, right.
Lawrence Taylor was great, but he's a conceited player that's trying to make his money back by doing all these autograph signings because all this shit he lost with all this cocaine and minor girls and all that other shit. I wouldn't want to wear his number if I'm Abdul Carter. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to wear my shit. I think
Right.
LT was
Where
right.
the double
Pave your own way.
I agree. But it's just, Lawrence Taylor's going to go tell him to get fucked, that conceited prick.
He should have. I mean,
whatever.
Someone should have warned Carter that was going to happen. But back to the picks.
Yeah.
Abdul Carter, great pick for the Giants. It was. I can't believe he was still there at 3, but hey, he was. Jackson Dart. You got Russ this year and Jameis. I'm pretty sure.
Don't be pissing on my man Jameis. All right. I'm pissed they picked
pretty
up Russ.
sure
It should have been Jameis's job.
at some point this year, you will see Jackson Dart make a start or get significant playing time. I think this is a
They've been
great
down to 3 quarterbacks in the last 2 years. Yeah.
I think this is a great pick, not so much for this year, but for next year. Because Russ is only on what, a 1-year deal? Jameis is a 2-year deal. They got a defensive lineman. You said Scatterboo, running back. We don't need to tell the Giants how much you need a running back.
Well, I mean, they did have a decent running back last year.
They had a great running back. Anyway, offensive tackle. There's another tight end. Was this draft just full of tight ends that every team had to get one? If that's the case, please tell me. I'll let the Bears fly.
It's the 7th round. The 7th round.
It doesn't matter. Tight end.
Best player available on your board.
And then another cornerback. I think the Giants did pretty good for what they had to choose and what they have. I don't know how much they're stuck this year and probably next year on the Daniel Jones contract as far as cap hit. But I think their first 2 rounds, 3 rounds, 4 rounds, 5 rounds, I think their first 5 rounds are pretty good.
Up until they got a tight end hater.
Well, no, I was actually looking at the positions before that.
Jets. Jets.
Wow, this one has different font and everything.
Yeah, because I tried something different for a couple of these and I didn't like it as well. It wasn't as quick.
I can't see the 7th pick. Let's see, offensive tackle. Oh, look, another tight end. Quarterback, wide receiver, defensive back, linebacker.
Yeah, I can't see the 7th one either. Oh well.
I will say
Malachi Moore is a very good defensive back. He probably should have been higher in the draft, to be honest with you.
And I want to say the Jets got Ryan Clark's son as an undrafted free agent.
I see. I didn't have time to pull those up.
I believe he. I
But
believe they
on my
did.
phone just a minute.
But I'm looking at the Jets, and yeah, hey, they suck. They need a quarterback. JF1. I wonder if he's going to be JF3 there. He was JF2 in Pittsburgh. Maybe he's JF3. Be easier for us to keep up with how many teams he ends up on. An offensive tackle. I don't think. Did the Jets even have a tight end that was decent last year?
No.
You know, they took a corner, a round 4 wide receiver. I don't think they were that bad in receivers last year because they still got, what is his name, Wilson? Then they got a DB. They got a linebacker. Then they got
then
Ryan.
It was all Aaron's friends after that.
Well, one of them may have re-signed, but I don't think they were that bad off in receivers. I'd have to say the Jets probably didn't do too bad.
Yeah, we'll see. They're the Jets. Next, we have the Philadelphia Eagles. Fly, Eagles, fly. 10 picks. John Campbell.
And we can only see 9.
Good. He had some injury problems in college. Yeah, it's because the high round picks don't mean shit. See, this is why I switched back to the other one too, because I figured this was going to happen. But neither here nor there. I mean, this is the Eagles. I mean, tough to question what they do.
Here I'm looking at the Eagles draft, and I'm looking at last year. Defense and run the ball. If you run the ball, yeah, you need a running back, but you need offensive line. But look what they did. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Their first 5 picks are defense. Then they get a lineman, offensive lineman. Then, and I know you're going to say it's round 6 and whatnot. Then they took a quarterback, which they didn't really need. But then they took 2 offensive tackles. And to me, an offensive tackle. Go ahead.
In saying that, look where they went to school at though too. Michigan and Texas.
Okay.
I mean, I don't mind taking a late round pick out of a big school like that.
Oh, I thought you were going to try to knock them. I'm looking at it as, they got 2 offensive linemen in round 6. I mean, and how have the Eagles won?
And like I say, by running the tush push every play.
Well, no, Trump likes tush push too, but I love the Eagles draft. I do.
Sure. But
I love it. It may be one of the better ones. Then again, remember, you and I, we're not Mel Kiper. Hey, if Mel Kiper can be wrong 79% of the time, so can we. But I think the Eagles did a good job.
I think so too. I mean, again, it's the Eagles, and you can't really question them because they've had good drafts for the last few years. So just because we don't know this or we don't really know the plan, maybe they did do well.
I mean, I'm looking at the defense they picked, and they took 3 offensive linemen. As long as you have Saquon Barkley, I'm drafting at least 2 offensive linemen every draft. If one of those 2 pans out, because they have a great offensive line, they're going to start retiring. Kelsey retired 2 years ago, or last year. This was his last year was his first year out. Lane Johnson's on one of the tackles. How long is he going to be around? They can't go wrong. No.
Yeah, I know. You love offensive line picks. I know. You just
dude, that's where the game is on your defense and offensive lines. Oh boy.
Kind of. Pittsburgh Steelers. I think the Steelers had a good draft. I really do. Again, a defensive lineman, typical Steelers pick to start off with. And then you get a running back.
In the Steelers, they had a great draft because, dude, they took a guy named Yaya. They took a guy named Yaya.
Black. Can't forget about that in there as well.
I wasn't trying to be racist. His name is Yaya. But how many people know that Derek Harmon's mom died shortly after he was drafted?
Everybody by now. But, yeah, that's a sad story, too.
You think everybody? Because
super sad.
It didn't just pop on mine. I had to, research it. But if you look at it, defensive line, edge, defensive line, linebacker, cornerback. Then they got a running back and a quarterback, which they needed a quarterback because they don't got one. Aaron Rodgers is still in his hole, being an ostrich, He does better than an ostrich. Instead of his head going in the whole fucking body goes in. They lost.
He hasn't been on a darkness retreat this year.
He didn't do a darkness period? I bet he has. I bet he has. He's just not saying anything because he's in the dark. No one knows. They took a running back because they lost. Which was the running back they lost? God, they had two of them. Najee. They lost Najee, didn't they?
No, I don't think so.
I'm pretty sure
they
didn't
lost pick up his.
They lost one of their two.
Pick up his fifth-year extension.
They lost one of their two running backs. I think the Steelers did good, and it goes a lot to how they play football. All right, next.
Jack Sawyer, the end they got, absolute stud. Pretty much won a playoff game for the Ohio State Buckeyes. And, of course, pick up Carson Bruner, son of former tight end Mark Bruner in the 7th round from Washington. Can't go wrong picking a Husky.
Wait, whoa. Go back. Don't make me go back.
Next, we have the 49ers.
We're going back. Don't forget, you brought up Carson Bruner. They got Dante Kent, the fifth cousin of Clark Kent, as a cornerback out of Central Michigan. Don't forget that one. Distant cousin of Clark Kent.
Oh, I thought that was Jeff. I thought that was Jeff Kent's kid. Oh, my bad. Okay.
No. Clark Kent. Clark. We're being someone better than Jeff Kent.
Yeah.
Clark Kent was not an asshole like Jeff Kent.
I don't know if you can get better than Jeff Kent.
Dude, Jeff Kent was an asshole.
Well, I mean,
have you met him?
Only because he fought Barry Bonds. Everybody else, I think, liked him.
Have you met Jeff Kent?
No, not personally.
Okay, I've met Jeff Kent. Asshole. Next.
When?
At a show, Chicago.
49ers had 11 picks as well.
Oh, my Lord. Can we see all 11?
Probably not.
I'll tell you.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nope, they're all there.
Oh, my God. And they took Junior Bergen out of the college named after Joe Montana. All right. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's not named after Joe Montana. It's named after the state of Montana.
Bullshit. Yeah. That's named after Joe Montana.
I don't think so, sir. But, I mean, if that's what you want to believe, then we can believe that. I think the Niners had a good draft. They lost a lot of fucking guys. And actually, funny enough, I heard Dre Greenlaw got hurt again, too, in the offseason.
He did. He may be out the season.
Yeah. Rip the quad or something like that.
So, hey, let me ask you this. Down in round 4, their second pick, number 138, Jordan Watkins. Any relation to Christian Watkins?
I don't think so.
From the Fudge Packers?
But I don't think so.
Let's see. Edge, defensive lineman, linebacker, cornerback, defensive lineman. Did you get a
the reason I say that is because Christian Watson went to a small school.
Oh, there's their Purdy replacement right there. I think the Niners actually did pretty good. Just looking at what they needed. Curtis Rourke could be the Brock Purdy replacement. I actually do like. I don't know if you say it Michael or
He's
Mikael Williams. I really like that pick.
Yeah, he's a good one. He was the hand down defensive end, right? Not the off ball linebacker type. He's the like a
He's
true
edge.
D end, right?
He's edge.
Okay, never mind. Gotcha. Curtis Work actually only played 1 year of 2 years of Division One. He came over with the coach when he moved over from James Madison. So he knows good football. So moving to almost done. 2 more, 3 more, 2 more. Never mind. Who knows? Seahawks had a great draft. I've seen not that I'm a homer or anything, obviously, but I've seen lots of A's and A pluses on the Seahawks draft. First one here, Gary Zabel. Have a story about him. When they called him, somebody had asked him from the Seahawks. Somebody had asked
Wasn't he
him,
the
so
first player out of North
what's your
Dakota
plan?
State? Am I
Not this
wrong?
year, I don't think.
No,
There
no.
have been many other players, or there have been more players. Yeah, you got Carson Wentz and
Well, I know Wentz
the
and
great
Trey Lance,
quarterback. Right.
but is he the first
There
non-quarterback?
might be another one. Probably. But when they called him, they asked him, "Hey, what are you going to do the rest of the night?" He said, "Well, I got my head coach over here, got my offensive line coach over here with me, and we got a bunch of Busch Lights. So we're going to drink a bunch of Busch Light." He said, "I got a 12-hour rule. I celebrate shit for 12 hours. After that, I'm going to be locked in and ready to go." Gotta love that the offensive lineman is pounding Busch Lights on draft night. I fucking find that amazing.
Okay, so it's North Dakota, and I get the Busch Light thing. I really like the fact that he was just up front with them and said, "I'm going to fucking drink my ass off. Talk to me in 12
Right.
hours. I'm ready to go." That I like.
Exactly. I love it. I love it. The safety we got in the second round was, I guess, really high on a lot of guys' boards. Probably the number one safety in the draft. Real big like Cam Chancellor was. He should be a good one. I don't really know much about Arroyo, the tight end. We don't use our tight ends just like the Bears don't use the tight end. So
I'm telling you, every team took a tight end. Sorry.
I'm loving the Jalen Milroe pick.
And a lot of people are. A lot of people are loving that pick because, let's be honest, I know you're a Seahawk homer. I've lived up there by you. I've been to the stadium. I've seen the games. I was at the Sean Alexander 6 touchdowns in the first half game. Right now, their quarterback, yeah, it's Sam Darnold, but it's kind of like Minnesota. You don't know. Is Sam Darnold going to be as good as he was last year? If he's not, this is a great pick to say, let's roll. You know what I mean?
Well, if you remember, back when the Seahawks chose Russell Wilson, that offseason, John Snyder paid a shitload of money for Matt Flynn after the one big game that he had. Russell Wilson came in and took his job. He never was a starter for us. Russell Wilson came in as a rookie and took the job. I'm not saying that Milroe is going to do that. I'm not. But there has been rumblings there. He is going to play 8 to 10 plays on offense every week, I guess. Here's what they're looking at.
I'm loving this draft. I'm just wondering, because I'm looking at it. They did get some offensive linemen. Actually, it looks like 3 of them. I can't see the last one. They got another running back. They got defensive line. They did get a wide receiver. I don't know how much Torrey Horton out of Colorado actually got behind Hunter and Horn.
No, Colorado State. It's
okay. I see that down there. You're right. I'm liking this draft. I like how they just because you don't know how Darnold's going to be. You don't know.
Exactly.
No one expected Darnold last year to do what he did. And if I was the Vikings, I'm like, you know what? I'm giving him a 1 or 2 year deal. That's what I would have done. You don't know how he's going to be in Seattle. And again, if he's not that great, that's when you throw Milroe in. But what I don't understand is why they took 2 tight ends. Two.
To piss you off.
Probably. Or are they trying to get back at Jeremy Stevens because he's with Hope Solo? I mean, come on.
He was with Hope when he got drafted.
Huh?
He was with Hope when he got drafted.
Still, Hope is hot. Or was. I haven't seen a picture lately. But they took 2 tight ends.
Oh, she's a train wreck, bro. She's a fucking train wreck. We'll have to talk about her one time on here. She's a fucking mess. Bro.
Wait a minute. Whoa. Okay. We're not talking Hope Solo as far as relationship or marriage or anything. I'm just saying Hope Solo's hot. She may be a train wreck. She's still hot. Anyway, carry on.
Bro, here's just one real quick, okay? She got drunk, passed out in the Walmart parking lot in her car with her kids in the car.
Yeah, that's a train wreck. She's still hot. I'm just saying she's hot.
It's just, yeah. I would have rather had Mia Hamm personally, but that's just me.
I don't think Mia Hamm. Wait. Is Mia Hamm the one with Nomar?
Yeah, Nomar's wife.
Dude. You could do better than Nomar. That's what you need to tell her. It's like, dude.
That's what I'm saying. Nomar fucking definitely have coverage.
You could do better than him.
Fucking nosy, fucking twitching motherfucker. All right, so yeah, Seahawks. I think maybe have the best draft in the league.
Hold on, think about this. Nomar with the at bats and the dude.
Yeah,
just think what it takes for him to put a condom on.
I don't think he can. Because he doesn't have the shoes on to tap his toes at the very end of them. So he can't put the condom on. He's lost. He doesn't know what to do.
She'd be like, all right, it's taking you 30 minutes. I'm already done. Why are you here? Anyway, next team.
Right? I'm going to go play soccer now. Bucks.
I'm going to go play with big balls.
Emeka Ibuka. Good pick, but I find it interesting. You already have 2 great wide receivers. From what I hear, Godwin's recovery is going great. So I'm not really sure exactly. I mean, I know they're both getting up there, or I know Evans is getting up there in age, but I don't know. Seems a little high to be picking a wide receiver.
I get the pick.
I like the after pick. That, though, defense. Oh, did you hear this one, though? Aha, I have another one for you. Tez Johnson from Oregon, wide receiver.
Central Arkansas, that's your
weighed in at the NFL draft at 157 pounds. Okay?
Who?
They picked up a guy, Tez Johnson, their wideout, 7th round pick at Oregon.
At how much?
157 pounds.
Motherfucker, I'm going to trial for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
They picked up a guy in free agency, a Texas defensive tackle who weighs, ready for this?
Was he the 400-pound guy?
467 pounds. There's a 310-pound difference between those 2 guys.
Hey, a 400-pound defensive or offensive lineman? Yeah, I would pick him up too. All right, so back to round 1 with Emeka Egbuka. I love it.
Close, but yeah.
What do you mean? It's Emeka Egbuka.
Okay.
Or are you saying it's Emeka?
No. I just don't. Anyway. I've never heard the E. I've never heard the G pronounced in his name, but you might be right.
Right there. How do you make a G silent?
Because I've heard it as Abuka, not Egbuka. But again, I don't hear very well either, though. So
I'm looking at the thing.
Potato.
So Egg Buka, hey, he could be a sponsor for Jimmy's Egg if he wanted. Come on down to Jimmy's Egg
He
and get
could
the
be a
Egg
sponsor for
Buka
a lot of things.
special. So anyway,
He could
great
be
pick
a lot of things.
because, like you said, Godwin hurt and getting close to older. Evans obviously is older. How much longer do you think they're going to keep Evans? I think last year was a token to Evans. Let him get a lot of stuff. Let's let him get his records for the Tampa Bay. I mean, and he's great, but they're not going to keep on to both of those receivers past this year. One of those two will be gone after this season. And if you're going to be a wide receiver coming into a team, dude, those are two great wide receivers. I'm not saying Godwin is Hall of Famer. Evans is very borderline, if not Hall of Famer. Bring him in for a year.
Hall of Famer, definitely.
Let them learn from these two guys, and it's two different styles of them too. Just like the Bears last year with Romeo Adunes. They had Keenan Allen and they had DJ Moore, which I really
what was his name again?
Romeo Adunes.
yeah, just like egg Buka over here. Okay, gotcha.
Exactly.
There is no EO at the end of his name. Just saying, it's just Rome.
So let him learn from two veterans. Obviously, Keenan Allen has been in the league longer than DJ Moore was. Keenan Allen became Williams' target towards the end of the season, but Keenan Allen's not with the team. But if you're going to be a rookie wide receiver, you got two different types of receivers ahead of you to mentor you. Dude, that's a great pick. Then you look at the rest. Cornerback, edge, and then another wide receiver. Tez, he's probably going to be broken if he's 150 pounds by the time training camp breaks on the second day.
He's good. He is good. He's just small.
That 400-pound fudge pile is going to fall on him. It's going to break his leg. All right.
No, he's too quick. He'll get away.
All right. Next team.
The Titans.
The tit suckers. The conformists.
Now, I did hear some good things about Cam. I did hear some good things about Cam Ward. I guess on draft night, he had texted every single draft pick while they were still on the phone with the GM, congratulating them for being picked by the Titans. The guy does everything right.
Wait, hold on.
Field, from what I can see.
Hold on. So you're saying Cam Ward texted every other draft pick saying congratulations for being picked by the Titans?
Yeah, every draft pick on the Titans. Yeah.
Oh, on the Titans. Okay, I missed that part. I thought you were talking every draft pick. I'm like, whoa. Okay, anyway, Garrett, go ahead.
No.
He texted every Titans draft pick. No. I got you.
Right. To congratulate them for being drafted by Titans. Welcome to the team. Again, the guy seems to be doing everything right off the field. Shador, as they were training one time, asked him, "Hey, man, you want to cut a rap album with me?" And he's like, "I'm a football player, bro. I'm not a rapper." Shador. And that was the end of that conversation. So, again, he at least seems like he's all about ball. From a lot of the tape that I've watched of him, being from the great state of Washington, he was at Washington State. He doesn't run the play as much. Does a lot of hero ball from what I saw. Maybe that's changed since he was in Miami. But a lot of his highlights that I saw even from Miami was a lot of scramble drill plays. Russell Wilson-esque. I hope I'm wrong. Because, again, he seems like he's doing and saying all the right things off the field. Good CEO, but I just don't. I don't know. I don't see the talent there. I just don't. But.
So here's what I'm saying: the Titans. After round one, I think they did pretty damn good. And
Yeah,
you know
not
my
bad.
feelings.
I mean,
If you know my feelings, if I'm the Titans, best player available, Travis Hunter. They could have got Aaron Rodgers. They could have got another quarterback for a year. I don't think Cam Ward is their answer. I don't think they have enough to help him. They don't have a running game to help him. I'm looking at, they got an interior offensive lineman, round 5. That's it. They got Khalil Mullins, a running back, and then a tight end. This must have been the fucking tight end draft. Edge, safety, tight end, wide receiver. I don't think they have enough really to help Cam Ward this year. I don't think Cam Ward's going to bring the Titans to the playoffs this year. Jacksonville's going to win that division with at least 10 wins because of Travis Hunter. I think Hunter would have impacted them more, and they could have taken a quarterback next year. They should have just let Cam Ward go to the Browns. The Browns probably wouldn't have traded. The Browns would have fucked up another quarterback. But outside of round 1, the Browns did good. Or not the Browns, sorry. Outside of round 1, Titans did good. Outside of round 1, Titans did good. They hit a lot of spots they need. I don't think Cam Ward's going to help them. I think next year they're still going to be a top 10 drafting team.
He's going to do better than fucking Will Levis, Mr. Mayonnaise.
Next year, the Titans will still be a top 10 drafting team.
Oh yeah.
And if
they have too many needs, I agree.
They could have turned around and traded and said, "Hey, you know what? Let me get more out of this," because Cam Ward is not going to help them get out of their funk. Next year,
in the 5th round here, they drafted a Jackson Slater.
Yeah?
I wonder if that's Jackie Slater's kid.
I don't know. Think Jackie named his son Jackson?
I wouldn't put it past him.
You want me to Google this? Let's just see.
And he went to Sac State. You know what I'm saying? Slater played in the league for LA.
Well, I'm gonna have to go with he's not. Unless
he must be a white guy.
Unless he has the Michael Jackson, Sammy Sosa thing.
Well, which is funny because I thought Sac State was a fucking HBCU.
I don't think so. I don't think it is.
It was only down in the South.
No, I'm not saying that, but I don't think they are. I just, to me, Tennessee, if they were going to take Travis Hunter, he'd have made more of an impact with whatever quarterback. They should have traded the pick. I'm not trying to knock Cam Ward. He's not it.
As I mentioned, I think on the last podcast, he was the 7th best quarterback, he would have been the 7th best quarterback in last year's draft. I mean, that says enough right there. I mean,
after reading more and watching more, Jackson Dart looks better than Cam Ward.
He can at least play on schedule better than Cam Ward does. That's the word I was looking for earlier, on schedule.
And then you got to look at, God, how do they say his name? Tyler Slough, whatever. He's more pro ready. They were talking about.
Yeah. Huh? Stotts or whatever the fuck his name is.
Yeah,
the old man.
The 25-year-old.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's 25. Yeah, he was in college till he was 25. Okay, so you had COVID. That's going to keep him in there. Any of the players could have stayed in there for an extra year. He probably got hurt.
Well, he also had two catastrophic injuries, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, so he had that. But in the offense, it's more of a pro style.
Where
Ward, like you said, you've watched some of the stuff on him. He's just out there kind of street balling it when he needs to. Street balling doesn't work so well in the NFL all the time. It will work, but they'll catch on to that shit quick.
But not when that's your big play, or most of your big plays come off script. It's not sustainable. It's just not.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They'll catch on to it. I mean, you'll get one or two here or there. You know, Tennessee could have done better by taking Hunter or trading the pick. That's all I'm saying.
They did need a quarterback, though. I mean,
they did.
I don't know. I think Tennessee kind of got screwed in having the first round pick or number one pick this year because, again, it wasn't a quarterback heavy draft. They kind of got screwed.
No, it wasn't. But here's the thing to look at. How long do you think Manning is going to stay at Texas?
2 years. I'll bet you he does all. Yeah, I'll bet you he stays 2 years.
So if I'm Tennessee, and Grant, hey, look, I'm just saying the Manning family is from around in this southern area. Okay, hey, I'm going to trade this pick.
Bro, they're from New Orleans, bro.
I said the southern. I'm saying the southern area. That what was it? Ole Miss, Tennessee, and Texas is where they went to college. That's in the area. If I'm Tennessee, I trade the pick. If I'm not taking Hunter, I wait for next year. Oh, Manning's not coming out yet? Okay, I'm going to trade it again. Take your extra picks. I'm not saying that Arch is coming out next year, but you don't know. He might sit there and be like, do I want to stay all 4 years like my brothers did? Because or not brothers.
And probably make more money as a senior in college than you would as a rookie in the NFL.
I think he would come out. He's still going to get those deals. He is, look, a college quarterback like Arch Manning is still going to get those endorsement deals as an NFL player,
right?
Along with his salary. He's still going to get that along with the salary. Along with it.
And the salary that he makes off of NIL is more than what they're probably going to be able to offer him as a rookie quarterback.
Now, they have a set deal for quarterbacks. He'll get a signing bonus. He'll still make what he was going to make in the NIL on his endorsement deals with those local places. That's what I would have done. I think, again, Tennessee is going to be
stay in college as long as I can
next year.
Oh, I'm not saying that they're not going to be. I'm just saying that I personally would stay in college as long as I can if they're paying me to fucking go to college.
Fuck. Well,
why have the pressure to be?
Unless you're the dude from Tennessee that went to UCLA to lose money? Again, lose money.
He thought his dick was bigger than it was. He was not as fucking cool as he thought he was. Well, and Tennessee pretty much told him that right to his face. You are not worth the bullshit. Fuck off.
Exactly. He probably had a ruler that didn't have numbers and took a screenshot and then edited it and cropped it to make it larger, and then realized, I'm little tiny man. I'm the 1-incher. I'm the French fry guy.
So, yeah, I mean, it's, I don't know.
All right.
Tennessee's going to suck regardless. I think it's the last team, I thought.
Oh, no. Then we go to NBA.
Oh, there we go. Commanders only had 5 picks. It is what it is. You only had 5 picks.
It's not bad, but look, they took an offensive tackle. You can't go wrong with the trenches. And they took 1, 2. They got 2 offensive linemen, or 1 offensive lineman, 2 defenders, a running back, and a wide receiver. I think they did okay. They went safe.
Yeah, like I said, for 5 picks.
You ain't got another screenshot thingy, do you?
Oh, yes, I do.
Where'd you go? Well, wait a minute.
You took me
what did I do? There we go.
I don't know. You fucked it all up.
All right, NBA. You ain't got one for that, do you?
Nope.
All right,
Do not.
so the Thunder have moved on. They did a 4-0 sweep. Cleveland swept. Thanks for letting us look at your gut there, buddy.
Yes, they did. Yeah, my ass hurts. We've only been here for 2.5 hours.
Indianapolis won yesterday. Clinched for the next round. So let's talk about Halliburton and his daddy, which, my dad watches this. So I'll tell you this. If that was me playing, my dad would have never done that shit. My dad would have never went and got in if I won or lost, he would have never went and got in their face. My dad, and just like most parents, I'm sure your dad is, and we'll let you talk on your deal. My dad would sit there and be like, I'm proud of you. You won, you lost. I'm proud of you. You did it. Not get up and I wish Gianna would have laid that motherfucker out. Just laid him out. I mean, how many parents can just walk it? And this should change everything for all the players' parents. Sitting courtside and you walk out on the court, he should not be allowed courtside NBA ever again. I'm not saying in the stadium. He could be in the stadium. Fucker's not courtside. There was no reason for him to do that shit. He's living his dreams through his son. And I so wish Giannis, however, if I'm saying it right, knocked that motherfucker out. All right, your turn.
Did you watch the video?
I watched most of it. I was watching it today.
Okay. I was just asking if you watched the video. I think when it happened, my perception of what happened is he because from what I understand, Tyrese and Giannis are friends. I don't know how good of friends. I don't know if they drink beer together. I don't know if they fucking go to strip club together. I don't know. I heard Tyrese say today they were friends. It looked to me as in Tyrese's father went up to Giannis and maybe was trying to say good game, something like that. I think that he probably said something a little more than that, and it pissed him off because it looked like he wanted to fucking kick his ass. Okay. I agree. That family has no reason to be on the court after a game. If you want to go hug your son after he wins the game or wins the series, meet him in the fucking hallway. Meet him outside of the locker room. Emotions are high. Giannis just got fucking taken to the hole and scored on for the final bucket of the game.
And he did.
He obviously was probably not in his right mind. He probably wasn't in his right mind. Tyrese didn't even know, according to him, he didn't even know that it happened. He didn't hear about it until he actually was in the locker room about to go up for press conference.
I'm not saying anything against.
Everybody's apologized to each other through the whole thing.
This isn't with him. This is with his dad.
Right. The NBA is talking about banning him for life, though. Courtside or just in the arena. They're talking about banning him.
Because you had.
We'll see what comes out of it.
Memphis had, was it Ja Morant's parents getting into it with fans in the stadiums? I mean, now granted, Ja Morant,
his dad.
I
want to say it was his dad,
but they were getting into fans with, and that was up. That was up in the deal. It's like, look, if your parents are going to be there, buy them a fucking suite if you can't control your parents, or don't let them go. Who was it? Marcus Spears was on there today. No, Kendrick Perkins. It was Perk. He was on there today on PTI, and he said,
Perk, my man Perk.
He goes, I wish my wife or someone would have done that because I would have said, you are never coming back again. Um, you know what? The parents are there, and every player wants their parents there. They want their family there. It's great. That's your support system. But when they go and do shit like this, Giannis should have just laid that old motherfucking man out. But then we'd be talking about how Giannis was in trouble when no. Halliburton's daddy deserved, in that case, whatever he said. He didn't need to go to anywhere near a Milwaukee player. Indianapolis won. They should have been there. He should have been there with his son and his son's teammates. Why are you going to the losing side? You know they're going to be sore. You know they're going to be pissed. They got fucking Doc Rivers as their coach who can't do shit.
Right.
You know, Rivers should be fired after this because they replaced the guy that had before him, and Rivers has a worse record than that guy. Anyway.
He won't be. Doc.
I bet he does.
Doc's got the fucking juice, man.
No, Doc. I'm sorry. I think the Celtics. I always say this about the Cubs.
We're gonna blow it up. In my opinion, we're gonna blow it up.
When the Cubs won the World Series in 2016, they won in spite of Joe Madden. Joe Madden is great with young players and developing them, but Joe Madden was nuts. He made some stupid ass calls. The Celtics with Doc Rivers, when they won in spite of Doc Rivers. Doc Rivers hasn't done shit since or before that team. The Milwaukee was a better team before they got Doc Rivers. They fired that coach. It was like, what are you thinking? Anyway, so rest of NBA, I don't know who plays tonight. There's a lot of 3-2s. You think, who are you thinking? Knicks, Pistons?
Knicks.
I know Knicks have the 3-2 lead, but
Pistons just don't have enough offense.
And that's been a close series.
Pistons don't have enough offense.
Who's the other 3-2 that I was going to ask you about?
Denver and
Denver. Denver and Clippers. I'm hoping Denver wins.
I think that's tied.
Huh?
I think that's tied. 2-2, I think.
No, I think it's 3-2 Nuggets.
Might be.
I just don't want Kiwi to go any further.
I know. It's kind of like tight ends. I get it.
So let's see. Hold on, right here. Clippers. Boom. Denver leads 3-2. Let's see. Lakers.
Okay, Denver will win.
Lakers actually play tonight. Lakers are down 3-1. You think they make it 3-2? It's home at Timberwolves.
Yeah. Oh, at Timberwolves? No,
it's at Timberwolves. Okay.
Yeah, I think tonight.
Rockets, Warriors. Warriors are up 3-1, and the Rockets are kicking the fucking shit out of Golden State. They're up by 29 right now. Right now, Rockets are up 93-64.
How much time left?
It's third quarter.
Yeah, I got time.
I don't know. I would love for the Rockets
came back from 29 points once.
But I just don't want Jimmy Butler to go very far either. I'm going to play my way out of this team. Dude, I'm a hater of any player saying, I suck here. I want to go here. I can't do good here because my teammates suck. He's basically saying his teammates suck and he needs to go somewhere else. That's what he's saying. And you know what? If I'm the
that's the way you perceive it.
Look, if I'm on Miami, when I first hear this shit coming up at Jimmy Butler, if I'm a teammate on there, and this is just me, I'm getting a bunch of other motherfuckers on that team, and we are jumping Jimmy Butler's ass, beating the shit out of them, and then saying, go somewhere else. We don't want you now. But I beat the shit out of them first.
Well, how do you know that didn't happen?
They might have. Well, we would have heard about it if they used a ladder.
No.
Did they use a ladder? No, they didn't.
We wouldn't have heard about it.
No.
Because Vernon Maxwell beat the shit out of Gary Payton 20 years ago, and nobody knew about it until very recently.
Did they use a chair? Nope, that wasn't on there.
No, they didn't need to. Fist.
Did they use the trash can? Nope, they didn't use a trash can. Did they use the table? Yeah, you're about to be amazed at the stuff I got in here. Did they use the table that I can't get it to fit together, but it's supposed to be a table, breaks in half? Did they use the barricade? No. Sorry. We just went on to the NBA pussy players because I can't win, so I'm going somewhere else. It's the No Balls Association. You got the No Fun League and the No Balls Association.
Well, don't hate the player, hate the game, because he's allowed to do that shit. Obviously.
No. Well, because they let him. I'd be like, you know what? Sit. I'm shocked. Pat Riley did that. I'm shocked. I'd be like, sit your ass on the bench. You sit here all year. I'm done with you. Let him move on.
Nah, Pat Riley, get rid of him.
The No Balls Association. Don't make me pull my balls out. Because the NBA players nowadays, and it's not all of them. A lot of them want to play ball. They're happy where they are. But then you get these guys, I need to go here. And it all started with fucking LeBron James and the decision. I'm going to Miami. What did he say? I'm taking my talents to Miami. I'm creating me a whole team.
South Beach.
I'm
taking my talents to South Beach.
They won 2? Is that all they won? 2 out of 4?
I don't know.
2 out of 4? It wasn't like Jordan. Anyway, what else we got?
Well, Jordan cheated, though. So, I mean, it's all good.
How did Jordan cheat?
I'm not getting into this conversation right now.
How did Jordan cheat? Because his dad died and he went to play baseball and then came back and proved he could still play? Or I'm sorry.
His dad if that's the story you want to believe, sure.
No. His dad was killed because of his gambling debts. Oh, I know the shit.
And why do you think he didn't play in the NBA for 2 years?
Because they couldn't suspend him.
They didn't want to come out and say that they were going to fucking suspend him for gambling. Right.
Exactly.
He got suspended for 2 years.
You can't sit. Why do you think he played active? We've talked about this. Why do you think he stayed active playing basketball with the team, owned the Bulls and the White Sox? Let's just stay athletically active. Oh, my suspension's done. I'm going to come back. They couldn't do it. There's
exactly.
Think of what that would have done to the NBA. They couldn't do it. But on the court,
I'm just saying,
dude was that good.
He didn't go play baseball because he wanted to go play baseball.
No, he didn't
play baseball because he didn't have anything else to do.
He had to stay athletic is what he had to do.
If you call baseball athletic, but I mean.
Okay, he had to stay moving and running and jumping and all that other stuff for a year and a half. And it's coincidental that Reinsdorf owns the Bulls and the White Sox.
But does he own the Barons? That's the question.
They're lucky he didn't play hockey. They're lucky he didn't play hockey.
Does he own the Birmingham?
Krause was the GM of the Bulls and the Blackhawks at one point.
Yeah, but does he own the Barons? That's the real question.
He assigned them to the Barons. I don't know. Yeah. Well, they have an affiliation with them.
But does he own the Barons?
They have an affiliation.
They have an affiliation, but he doesn't own the team.
I'm going to have to look. He owns the White Sox. He owns the White Sox.
So?
And he knew he wasn't
Does he own the Barons?
What? Look, the Barons were a double-A team.
Right.
So they knew he wasn't good enough for AAA. Hey, let's get him for some deals. Reinsdorf was getting his money from going to the Barons. He's getting his cut. I don't know how all the minor league
So
shit works with owners.
what you're saying is Tim Tebow is better than Michael Jordan.
At baseball, yes.
Just say Tim Tebow's better than Michael Jordan.
At baseball and football. I'll give you baseball and football.
Hey, you never know. Tebow might be able to fucking bang down there. He's a big dude.
I will take Jordan right now versus Tebow right now, and Jordan wins in basketball.
Can I get 9 points on a game to 10?
No.
Yeah,
I didn't say by how
I'm
much.
not taking that deal.
I
need
didn't say
9 points on a game to 10.
You got to remember, fucking Jordan's like 60 years old by now, if not older. Tebow's what, 35?
And he would still hoop Tebow's ass. It wouldn't even be fucking fair.
But I'm not giving you the points.
You think Tim Tebow could actually shoot a basketball? There's no goddamn way that kid can shoot.
He's got God on his side.
See how big he is?
God will guide it in.
Oh, yeah, see? There you go. So that's why I get 9 points. And then God will give me the other 1 point.
I'm not giving 9 points. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. Tebow's got God on his side.
It's okay. They're not going to
Jordan knows.
play one-on-one anyway, so it really doesn't matter.
Jordan knows that, you know what, I kind of fucked up in life, and I got to make my reprimands before I get up there to see, St. Michael or St. Peter at the gates, and then make his case, be like, well, wasn't your dad killed because of you? Nah, that wasn't me. That was my boy, Jeffrey.
I got a lot of money.
They'd be like,
I should get points because my son married my teammate's fucking wife. I should get bonus points for that.
Okay, so tell me that Scottie Pippen is not more pissed about his son marrying his ex-wife than The Last Dance. He's coming out about all the shit about The Last Dance. Well, Jordan's son was married to his ex-wife at the same fucking time. That's what he's pissed about. Jordan got in.
Scotty's had a bad 10 years.
10 years, my ass. Exactly. 10 years, my dude. Pippen came out and said, "I would have won 6 rings without Michael." He didn't, though. He didn't. Yeah. He didn't.
He didn't win any rings. He won 0 without Michael.
Yeah. So Pippen's
got CTE somehow.
Yeah. Well, and when you look at Pippen Jr., dude, he got his looks from his mama because he does not look like his daddy. But Pippen Sr., he really showed up at the end of that series when Ja went out. Dude, he showed up. Look for him next year. Pippen's mad.
He did the same thing last year when Ja was out.
He's mad because Jordan jizzed all in his Pippen, and he's mad about it again. That's all he's mad about. He don't want that Jordan stuff. Can you blame him? Scottie Pippen mad because he don't want that Jordan DNA on his sheets or his walls or anything. He don't want no Jordan grandkids.
They're not going to be his grandkids.
That would be grandkids.
How? He's not married to her anymore.
Oh, you're right. It'd be Jordan's grandkids. Jordan wouldn't care. Jordan would be back smoking a cigar. Oh, fuck you, Pippen. Anyway, all right. I guess we need to call it. It's been almost
it's only been like 3 hours.
And we got to go to the Facebook page. We got to download all these things on there. To the ones of the nuns, we appreciate you for not watching. We appreciate you for watching. And we'll see you again next week.
Hey, by the way, we have 68 subscribers.
Well, we need to get to 69. 69 is the next benchmark.
I tried.
All right. To the ones of the nuns, we appreciate you. Peace out.
And sponsoring today's show, we have Dick's Drive-In. Come by Dick's Sunday from noon to 5 and get a bag of Dick's for $10. Come to our biggest Dick's location on the corner of John Holmes Drive and Ron Jeremy Boulevard. Next, we have Chesterfield Cigarettes. The cigarette for all your favorite athletes. Must be 18 or older. Lard. Are you feeling depressed? You want to have a great day? Eat more lard. Sega and their newest gaming system, the Play Cube. Pick one up at your local mall today. Only $199.99. X-ray glasses. See your favorite girl's britches without her even knowing. A must-have for all peeping Tom. While supplies last, get a free shoe mirror for ultimate up-the-skirt action. Pick some up at your local 5 and Dime. Budweiser. Not just your favorite beer, it's hers too. When you need to get her drunk, grab a Budweiser.